Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to yet another live stream for everybody joining on YouTube. And of course, to the 6,000 people who've already tuned in on TikTok, thank you for being here as well. Now, if you've never been here, okay, let me tell you what we do. We debate Trump supporters. We try to get them from the wrong side of history to the anti-Trump side of history because he's the worst president of your life. And that's just a fact. Not only does his policy suck, but his character is abysmal. We shouldn't be giving power to the predators over their prey. But he also normalizes about a million things that shouldn't be, that inevitably harm and impact average Americans, many of whom are probably watching this stream right now. Now, every day before we hop into the debates, we also like to go over the breaking news. The breaking news of today is that Donald Trump fucking lost it at his New Year's Eve, there we go. I'm about said Christmas party. His New Year's Eve, I'm losing my shit, losing my mind. Should have scripted this, should have wrote it out. Oh my God, listen to me. I'm literally dying, okay? But anyways, bloopers aside, he lost it like I'm losing it right now. Donald Trump lost it at his New Year's Eve party that he hosted at Mar-a-Lago last night and crashed the fuck out. So first and foremost, he was hosting an auction. He was emceeing it the whole time. And not only was he being so incredibly out of touch, I mean, he said that a bid on a painting to the tune of $2 million was pennies. And he said, sorry, not pennies, peanuts. And he said, I bet we could get some more. So please explain to me, right, how you think that Donald Trump is a good president that is in alignment with the interests of the average American and knows what it's like to be one of us, but then he refers to $2 million being spent on a painting as peanuts. That doesn't make any sense. And woven in to his hosting of this auction, where he was demonstrating just how out of touch he and everyone else there was, or is, he also just started talking about Somali immigrants. He started talking about how much he hated the radical left. And it was just an absolute mess. He lost it. He's losing it. And this just becomes clear every single day. You know, the right always loved to say that Biden had dementia. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is losing it. We're getting medical reports saying that he takes 5 times the appropriate recommended dose of Advil, I think, compared to what somebody his age should take to thin his blood, quote unquote, because he wants thinner blood. Okay. And apparently his hearing is also leaving, which, I mean, makes sense. He's older. Okay. But definitely doesn't make sense when he then turns around and says that he's the most fit to serve. And if you say otherwise about his physical or mental state, you're treasonous. I guess I'm committing treason right now by just saying that maybe he's losing it a little. But anyways, I digress. At this point in time, we are going to go ahead and hop into the debates. We already have our very first Trump supporter loaded into the live, and that would be Michelle. Michelle, I'm going to send you an invite to unmute your microphone if you want to take it away and tell us why the hell you think this shameful loser is a good president. The mic is yours.
So like I was saying before, I feel like he was very good. I feel like he was like very good with the economy. I feel like, you know, before the pandemic, a lot of people had jobs, a lot of the businesses were growing, and the paychecks were going up. I feel like he also wanted America to, like, instead of relying on other countries, he wanted to make them like.
What the fuck is he? What is he saying?
I don't even know.
Is he screaming the F word? Oh, he is. Hey, so you and your family are all low IQ Trump supporters.
Yeah. Yep.
And we're gonna go ahead and fight someone else. So, go ahead and hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We got the next guest loaded up into the box right now. We got Alan connecting. Here we go, guys. So, yeah, I mean, hey, I guess all the Trump supporters have are slurs. I mean, yeah, when you can't make an argument. By the way, I know that they're obviously still listening. They're obsessed with me. So I'm just going to go ahead and correct your argument for you, Michelle. You said that he was good for the economy, bringing jobs back. So far this year, we've had 1.3 million layoffs, okay? And the highest level of unemployment in our country since the pit of the COVID pandemic at 4.7%, as reported on by the Bureau of Labor Statistics in November. So anyways, we're going to move on to the next guest. Guys, go ahead and hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. If you break our rules, you will be automatically banned. So hello, Alan. If you'd like to unmute that microphone, I'd love that. Hello, do you support Trump?
Yup. Yeah, I do.
And how old are you, Alan?
I'm 18.
I don't know if I believe you. What year were you born in?
2007.
What month?
March 3.
Okay. All right, Alan. I'll trust you for now. I'm definitely getting troll vibes, but I'll trust you for now. Before we hop into our debate, I just want to thank 3 people. First and foremost, Jazz. Thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. He says, Happy New Year, Dean. Hopefully you're doing much better after yesterday's last caller. Here's to a much less traumatic stream. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's honestly why I was considering not going live today at all. Thank you for the $20, as well as Ashley. Thank you for the $10. He says, Happy New Year, Dean. Happy New Year, Ashley. It's my son William's 7th birthday. I love what you do, and I hope this helps with a great start to your new year. Well, hey, shout out to your son William. I hope that he enjoyed his birthday. I'm sure you did with such a great mother, and thank you for the $10. Star, thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. Show some love to Star. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I genuinely really appreciate you, Star. Let's get 200 Star W's and 100 Bella W's for the $10. Wait, actually, for the $25. Thank you so much, Bella, who says, thank you for always being a voice for women when we don't feel safe to speak up. You're literally such an angel, and I cannot thank you enough. Bella, thank you for such kind words. And I hope that you'll enjoy this stream today. Show some love to all of our donors down below. Alan, the mic is yours. Tell us why the hell you support the worst president of your life, Donald J. Trump, Mr. Wannabe Tyrant, plain dictator, violating the Constitution, destroying the economy. How the hell are you still on his side?
Well, mainly, I think it's mainly because he's tough.
Mainly because he's tough.
Yeah.
Was there a rest of a sentence there, or is that it?
Well,
so he left, like we're literally causing Trump supporters to spontaneously combust. Wow. I mean, how much would that suck? That must suck. Okay. Dude, imagine getting like shit on in a debate, not even because like the person you were debating made like a really good argument or anything, but just because you got fucking stage fright. Like, rough, dude. Make sure that you're following our rules if you find yourself in the queue, guys. Super duper simple. You just got to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Hey, are you MAGA or are you banned?
I am MAGA, Dean.
And how old are you?
I am 26.
Nice. Are you a patriot?
Am I a patriot?
Yeah.
I mean, I think our military people are. I wouldn't say I am. I love my country.
Do you love your country's constitution?
Of course I do. Yes, Dean.
Well, that's obviously not true because your bio says Trump 2028. That's a violation of the 22nd Amendment.
Dean, does it say Donald Trump 2028?
That's the only Trump it could be referring to.
So he doesn't have sons that could be the next president?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
His sons don't have a viable shot at the presidency in 2028.
And that's what they said about Trump being president in 2016, Dean. Okay.
So I mean, you just want to like throw JD Vance out the window?
That too.
Wait, but so the reasons why I'd argue that he doesn't have a viable, like his sons don't have a viable shot at the presidency in 2028 is for different reasons than why like a bunch of people said that like Donald Trump didn't have a viable shot at the presidency in 2016. It's because like there's already like a front runner of like the RNC that's expected to kind of pick up what Trump left off once Trump leaves office, which would be JD Vance. Okay, you know, like I don't even think that Donald Trump would endorse a presidency for his child in 2028, considering the fact that right now he's spending like 4 of the last years of his life, you know, he's getting kind of old, right? Like, you know, like training Mr. Vance to step up and, you know, hate immigrants and shit on gay people. So I'm not really sure that his son has a chance. So, but anyways, the mic and the floor is yours. Why do you support Trump as president?
I support Trump because I think he's doing everything in his power to make our country the best country in the world.
Really? I just completely disagree. Because everything seems to be worse today than it was a year ago.
In terms of what?
Macroeconomic variables like employment, GDP growth, business investment, you know, likelihood of a recession. Manufacturing bankruptcies are at an all-time high since the pits of the Great Recession in 2007 through 2009, 103 million layoffs. highest level of unemployment in 4 years. The economy's grinding to a halt. Businesses are closing their doors, and people are losing their jobs. Like that's really bad. Okay, if Donald Trump was truly doing everything he could do to make this country better, then why is he making it worse?
I just think that's an outcome of these tariffs currently right now, and I think the tariffs are going to settle off. Everything's going to settle down. The economy is going to get back on track starting the new year.
Wait. You said that the outcome of his tariffs is like the destruction of domestic manufacturers. Isn't that like the opposite outcome that we wanted?
Um, I guess, yeah.
Yes, it is. Remember when he said, "Oh, we're gonna run on these tariffs. We're gonna be living in the golden age of the American economy." Oh, ow! I just kind of hurt my neck, twisted a nerve or something. But anyways, back to it. And our manufacturers are gonna be better than they've ever been. Quite frankly, so much money. But now, a year later, okay, they're closing their doors. They're firing their employees. People are losing their jobs. They're declaring bankruptcy. Like, holy hell, dude. Like, isn't this such like a strong data point why he's such a terrible president?
We're going to start getting manufacturing companies open here in the United States. We're going to benefit less on China, which we need to do. We need to benefit less on China. We need to stop depending on China for every little thing. And that's what these tariffs are for.
Yeah, dude, honestly, I feel like these debates are just like so unproductive at times. Like my point literally was that the tariffs are destroying American manufacturers. You didn't know what to say, so then you just repeated Donald Trump's campaign promise that the tariffs were going to be beneficial for manufacturers. Like, listen, dude, you can't just like close your eyes, cover your ears, and then like repeat the same points. That like Donald Trump has been for years, when we just simply see that the empirical outcomes of his policy is different. Also, one other thing, there's like 1 billion people in the comment section spamming he's following kids. Okay. I am going to start meticulously. One moment. I'm going to start meticulously banning people that falsely allege that they know the guest is following kids. Not only is it fucked up, okay, it's just wrong to baselessly accuse somebody of being a P3DO when you just simply don't have any evidence of it, okay? But then it also waters down, okay, right, the guests that actually are following the kids, okay? Because now all of a sudden, I have like this conscious, the subconscious idea that when the chat is spamming the guest follows kids, they're like, they might be wrong, because in this circumstance, you are wrong. And the reason why I know that you're wrong is because his following list is literally hidden. You cannot see who he follows. So you do not know he's following kids. But anyways, Mike's yours now, Brawler. Go ahead.
This is this is what the left does, especially with Donald Trump. This is proof in the pudding.
Oh, okay.
This
well,
is
listen.
what you guys do.
Listen, honestly, if my chat was spamming that you were into kids after you went and sat down with Howard Stern and told him that you'd like to look at the naked bodies of children, like, they'd be right.
Joke. They were in a joke. It was a setting. They were joking around.
Oh, yeah. This is the line of defense. So when I allege that Donald Trump says something... So listen to me. When I allege that Donald Trump says something crazy, the first line of defense is to say that it didn't happen. But then when I'm able to prove that it happened, the second line of defense, one moment, is it's AI. Then when I'm able to prove that it's not AI, the fourth and final line of defense, right, is it's a joke. But guess what? I'm going to prove you wrong here too, because in the clip where Donald Trump is telling Howard Stern that he'd sexually exploit the beauty pageant contestants, Howard Stern literally asked him, like, "Hey, like, did you actually do this?" Because even like Howard Stern was caught off guard, and then Donald Trump explicitly said that he actually did this. The second counter argument is Howard Stern had so many people on his radio show, not just Trump. He ran for years, and not once. Okay, would you be able to point at a single guest other than Trump who went on the Howard Stern radio show and quote unquote joked about sexually abusing someone when in all reality, you know that they didn't do it? So that's point number 2. And then point number 3, right, to further the first 2 points that definitively prove it wasn't a joke, this is just the cherry on top, is, well, then how could you possibly explain the corroborating victim testimony from 4 teens at Miss Teen USA in 1997, one adult woman from Miss USA in 1997, and then another adult woman at Miss USA in 2001 that all said this happened to them. So when we consider these 3 facts, you're definitely wrong when you posit that he was just quote unquote joking.
So what would the crime be of him walking in the dressing room?
Yeah.
What would that crime be?
So I'll happily talk to you about what that crime would be after you could concede that it wasn't a joke. So
I can't concede that because they were laughing. Everyone was laughing.
okay,
They were all just having a show and just
Yeah.
entertaining, joking around, fucking around.
yeah. So if every time, right
Now if they were saying it with like a straight face and no one was smirking and laughing, and I'm not saying he didn't do it.
So
I mean, he probably did.
just to clarify, if every time when someone laughed, it necessarily implied that they were telling a joke and speaking about something they did not do, prisons would be empty, okay? And comedy shows would be full. All right? I need to make that clear that just because somebody is laughing when they say something doesn't mean that they didn't actually do it. If anything, it means they find what they're saying funny. And this makes it even worse. Not only did Donald Trump look at the bodies of these people without consent, but he also found it funny. And then there at the end, you kind of dropped the ball and you gave us a concession. You said he probably did it. So which one is it? Is it a joke? Was he just talking about something that he didn't do? Or did he probably do it?
Do we even know if these women were nude when he did this? Like, they could have just been in there like bikinis or whatever, and he walked in. Like, we don't even know the situation.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, if you want to argue that it was okay because they weren't nude, this is like arguing that a 45-year-old man following your 10-year-old daughter into the bathroom, then peeking his head over the stall did nothing wrong as long as she hadn't taken off her pants yet, which is insane. But second point, yeah, we do know that they had no clothes on. But we also do know that they had no clothes on because Donald Trump said they had no clothes on.
I mean, no clothes as in, like, I guess, sure. Okay. He said they had no clothes on. Okay.
Yeah. So do you want to go ahead and walk back that first statement that you made when you said, "Oh, this is what the left has been doing to Trump"? They basically accuse him of being a predator. They basically accuse him of being, an individual that is engaged in sexual violence, sexual exploitation. Do you want to go ahead and walk that one back?
When it comes to the e-files, I don't want to walk that one back.
Oh, but you never said specifically about the e-files. I disagree with you there. You just said about Trump in general. So go ahead and walk it back.
What would you like me to say?
I'd like to say I take it back. Earlier when I said that the left baselessly and falsely accuses Donald Trump of being a predator, I was wrong because they were right.
I don't know the entire situation.
Well, you don't need to know anything.
The dressing room thing.
There's nothing more that you need to know about the situation to understand that it was predatory. There's just simply nothing more that you need to know.
Okay, sure. I walk it back. I take it back.
Good.
Sure.
Good. So, why do you support a predator as president?
You have this sneaky little way of just trapping me in a corner, and you're good at it. I gotta give it to you.
Well, it's not that I'm good at it. It's just that I'm being A, honest, and B, what I'm saying is true. It's not me trapping you in a corner. It's reality trapping you in a corner. And reality didn't do that to you. You did that to reality by not building your beliefs predicated on what is true of reality, but rather attempting to build reality predicated on what is true of your own false beliefs. And I'm just simply bringing light to that fact.
Well, I don't believe what he did walking in that dressing room.
And that is a baseless denial.
predatory act because
Oh, wow. Well, that tells us all we need to know about you. You don't think it's predatory to unconsensually barge into the dressing room of naked kids. God, who must you be? What have you done? You know, let me speak. I truly don't understand why so many men decide to come up on this live and out themselves. And I don't know, dude. What other thought am I supposed to come to? What other conclusion am I supposed to come to right now outside of you are a red flag? There's just no other conclusion that could be drawn here. What would your mom think if you told her that? What would your grandma think? If you have daughters, what would they think if you just walked up to the women in your life and you said, I don't think it's predatory for men to barge into the dressing rooms of naked kids? Yeah, please explain. The mic is yours.
So a man walking into a dressing room of naked kids is a problem. Okay? Now, with Trump, I don't know the full story there. I don't know what the hell was going on. The guy owns the thing. So I don't know what he was doing, walking back. I don't know. I don't know.
So it shouldn't matter what he's doing walking back there? Because what's predatory is walking back there.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You could try to play dumb all you want. Like anyone with a brain and well, that's all you need. And anyone with a brain knows the reason why he looked back at them was to look at them.
It makes sense.
I'll let you play dumb on that point. That's just obviously what's true. Okay, but even if we ignore that and I let you play dumb and we just we just don't know why he walked back there. That doesn't matter because what's predatory isn't why he walked back there. What's predatory is the fact he walked back there under 99.99999% of circumstances. That is true.
He shouldn't have done it. If he did do it, he shouldn't have.
Yeah. So why do you support a predator as president? Unless I've successfully changed your mind. And in that circumstance, great, because I'm here to change your mind. That is a reason why I do these live streams. That is a reason why I love what I do, because the inevitable goal isn't to dunk on you in a debate, it's to change your mind. So instead of asking you, why do you support a predator as president? Let me rather ask you, do you still support Trump as president after learning these facts?
Do we have the girls, any girls from that coming forward and saying this happened and
yes.
Who?
Mariah Bogado. She competed at Miss Teen USA in 1997 when she was 16 years old. She said that Donald Trump barged into her dressing room, looked at her as well as other girls when they had no clothes on, and then he said, "Don't worry, ladies, I've seen it all before."
And when did she say this?
When she was asked about it in 2015, which makes sense because that's when Donald Trump became a national headline when he's, when he ran for president. And please don't try to pull the argument, oh, is it that really convenient that she came out about this in 2015? It's not that she came out about this in 2015. This is the first time she'd ever been asked about this by a nationwide publisher that we would be familiar with, whose articles we would read, right? Because they started inquiring into, this clip of Donald Trump boasting about what he did at Miss Teen USA when he announced his run for the presidency. So it makes total sense.
Okay, I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Okay, yeah. So do you still support him as president? I'm just gonna try to hope that you're an open-minded good person, right? No, there's absolutely no way that any open-minded good person could still support him after what we just talked about. So do you still support him?
If he walked in the dressing room without consent, and I guess he couldn't even do it with consent because they're minors, I guess. But
well, I agree, and I appreciate you for clarifying that minors can't consent. That was good. That was good because they can't. That's good. Go ahead.
So him walking in there, and if this is true, and the victim said it was true, then there's no way I could. Then, I couldn't support him. Then.
Wow. Okay, dude, that's great to hear. So it is true. I understand maybe the reason why you're saying "if," right, is because I didn't play you the clip. I just kind of said what the contents of the clips were, and I didn't give you a source for Mariah Bogado. I just said her name and shared her testimony with you. So if you want to have that extra level of certainty that everything I'm saying is true, what you could do is you could go on YouTube, type in Trump Howard Stern 2005 Miss USA, and there'll be a 4-minute clip posted not where he's not just talking about barging into their dressing rooms, but just kind of about like everything he would do at these beauty pageants, framed under this conversation of, you know, sexual actions, of how the girls will come to him and he'll want to sleep with them. And then someone else says, oh, is that a conflict of interest? And he says, well, I don't know. We'll think about that later. But the funniest thing I will do is I'll go into their dressing room. So I really hope that you go listen to that clip. And I appreciate you for, I don't know, changing your mind, opening the door for your mind being changed. Just regardless, I appreciate it. And I hope that you have a good rest of your night.
I'll go look into it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you have a good one, bro.
You too.
All right. Well, hey, listen. That's exciting, dude. First guest of the night. Man, that's great. That's super cool. Wow. All right. That's sick. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced that like he's a definite like anti-Trumper. Not convinced that he's a definite anti-Trumper. But that's like still like a significant better result than 99.9% of all of our conversations. So I enjoyed hearing that. That's cool.
Dean,
Hey, man. Do you support Trump?
I do.
How old are you?
But I have a question. How is your... I'm 19.
Okay. Do you mind if I thank a couple people before you ask your question?
Yeah.
Cool. Cheyenne, thank you for the $50 over on YouTube. Holy crap, Cheyenne. Cheyenne says, Happy New Year's, Dean. Here's a little something for Momo treats and then maybe some Taco Bell for you and the girlfriend. Looking forward to watching you cook tonight, Chef Boyer Dean. Love you. I love you too, Cheyenne. And thank you so much for the $50. It is an insane amount of love. Let's get 500 Cheyenne W's. And I really hope that you enjoy the rest of the stream. As well as Grace, thank you for the $20. I appreciate you so much for your support for what we do here. Who says, Greetings, Dean. Been watching your streams and VOD since last January. Hope you're doing better after last night's stream. It took a while. Listening helps my MAGA parents' house and at work. Keep cooking the MAGA. Thank you, Grace. Show some love to Grace. And then one more big one here. Oh my goodness. Anonymous. Oh my God. Adon. Thank you for these $75 over on YouTube Super Chat. Holy crap. Adon with the $75 says Gen Xer here to give you support for all that you do to educate the uninformed. Anonymous. Holy shit, that is a shit ton of... I do not deserve a single penny of that. That is so much love. Thank you for the $75 Anon, the $50 Cheyenne, and the $20 Grace. Please show some love to all of our donors, as well as Mina. Thank you so much for the $5 over on Venmo. Eli, thank you for the 1. Shannon, thank you for the 5. And Jay, thank you for the $75 over on Venmo. Let's get 1,000 JWs. You guys are being so fucking kind tonight. Like, we're only 30 minutes into the stream, and you guys are showing up and showing out. Jay with the 75 says, the end of your live... last night quite literally broke me. I cried as hard as I've ever cried before for reasons I can't talk about here. But you and Parker, the compassion that you have for the pain of abuse and rape, boys or girls, men or women, moves me beyond words. Grateful as always. Yeah, Jay, that live last night was rough. And I hope that you're doing better today. Thank you for the $75. And I hope that, you know, your start of 2026 is better than your end of 2025. Please show some love to Jay in that chat. And then just a couple other people. Jim, thank you for the $5. Happy New Year. Mary, thank you for the $10. Who says, for you. Sorry if we overloaded you yesterday. No. I'm happy I could share the testimony of so many victims. Thank you for the $10, Mary. Shannon, thank you for the 5. And we're all cut up over on Venmo. Over on PayPal, Danessa, thank you for the $20. Who says, Happy New Year, Dean. Happy New Year, Danessa. You've been watching for a while, too. That is DNESA. Show some love to Danessa down below in that chat. As well, Stanley for the $6. Thank you, you guys. We're all caught up. Guest, I appreciate you for your patience. The mic and the floor is yours. Take it away. Tell us why you support Trump as president after all of the tyranny of the last 11 months, plus the first 4 years of his original term.
So, Dean, I actually wanted to ask you about your debate with Nick Fuentes.
Oh, Lord. Are you a Fuentes fan?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you why you shouldn't be after you ask me your question. Take it away.
So, would you say that he's very... How could you beat Nick Fuentes in a debate? Because he seems like he likes to rage bait.
Well, I mean, are you asking me how I did beat him or how I could beat him? Because I did beat him. That's already happened. That's old news. Yeah,
I don't know, sir. I feel like Nick Fuentes and Charlie Kirk mopped the floor with you.
Do you even know what I debated either of those two people on?
Yes, I was there when Charlie got killed, unfortunately.
Well, it's I'm sorry you got to witness that, dude. That's traumatic.
Yeah,
that's
I
traumatic.
actually gained a lot of respect for you when you
as traumatic as
were so respectful about Charlie after he passed.
Well, I mean, I don't don't know if I don't know if I've ever spoken about him too respectfully because I don't really think that he's a man that deserves much respect. But what that doesn't change is my position that I think that like political violence is wrong. I think that he didn't deserve to die. Okay, and then it also definitely doesn't change right my empathy for you being there and having to watch that. I'd extend that empathy to literally every single person there in the crowd. I mean, no one deserves to see that and to then feel like you're maybe a victim of a mass shooting. That's how Parker felt. So it's my best friend. I understand. But anyways, outside of that, do you know what I debated either of those two men on?
So I believe you debated. I watched it on Jubilee. Your debate with Charlie, and you
Yeah.
debated him on abortion for one of them, right?
Yeah. And how does he mop the floor with me?
Because, well, why is abortion not considered murder? But if someone gets killed that's carrying a baby, it's a double homicide.
Well, that's actually not a point that I debated with Charlie Kirk. So do you just want to move away from your terrible claim that Charlie Kirk mopped the floor with me to debating abortion, specifically the point that you just brought up? Because I'm down.
Not really.
No. So you don't want to hear my response to that? Well, I'm going to give it to you anyways. So here's the thing. Murder is defined as the unjust termination of a human life. I don't think, okay, that it's unjust for a woman to terminate the life of the fetus growing inside of her uterus, because not only do I attribute zero moral value to that fetus, but I also think that it's within the woman's rights to evict that fetus from her womb because of her bodily autonomy, even if the fetus dies as a result. But the thing is when that fetus is killed without her consent, okay, it is an unjust termination of that fetus's human life, which is the definition of murder. Which makes perfect sense why we would say it's not murder when the woman gets an abortion, but it is murder when maybe, I don't know, somebody pulls out a gun, shoots her in her uterus, and kills her and the fetus. Double homicide.
All right. So, Dean, what religion do you follow? Just curious.
Yeah, the woke mind virus, radical left communist religion. That one. LGBTQ plus is my religion. Isn't that what the right says? I'm sorry, I'm trolling. I'm agnostic.
All right. Maybe the Almighty's calling your name, Dean.
The Almighty is calling my name. No, I would argue that he's probably screaming and calling the name of people like Trump and Nick Fuentes a little bit louder because they falsely preach his virtues in his name. But then inevitably, if Christianity were true, do the work of the devil. Okay. How could you call yourself a Christian and then turn around and refuse to abide by a court order just so 16 million American children starve, like Donald Trump did during the last 12 days of the government shutdown from November 1st until November 12th? How can you call yourself a Christian, cheat on all three of your wives, one with a porn star, pay her hush money to stay quiet about it prior to an election while committing 34 felonies in the process, then turn around, say that we need to institute harsh punishment on crime for law and order, right? And then infringe on Leviticus 32, I believe, when God says that you should treat the foreigners that reside among you in your land fairly and equally to your native born. But then on the other hand, we see Donald Trump ignoring his own felonies, okay? The own stick in his eye, just to prosecute the misdemeanor of undocumented immigrants so seriously that in the process he wants to strip them of their rights to birthright citizenship, strip them of their rights to due process, just to illegally deport them to a center for terrorists in El Salvador, where they're beaten and tortured and starved for 3 months, like Abrigo Garcia, alongside many Venezuelan immigrants deported from our jurisdiction. That is just so anti-Christian, a wolf in sheep's clothing, and you support him. Unbelievable. Jesus won it.
I don't know about that.
Well, what did I say that was false?
You know what? I'm a little bit confused. I got my friends laughing around me.
It's okay. I get laughed at too when I'm wrong.
Oh, well. You're just a liberal pussy, Dean.
Well, those are big words for a small man. I don't know what to tell you. Do you think you're intimidating?
6'2", 220 pounds, little guy.
You think I was talking about your height? I was talking about the size of your brain, dude. Shit's a pea. Listen, you could touch your ceiling, but I mean, try to touch a third grade math test, you'll start fucking crying and running away. Jeez Louise, dude. So,
4.0 GPA all through high school, little buddy.
and you're the grown adult still talking about high school. Peaked. I don't know what to tell you, dude. All the time. We see it all the time.
Oh, well. Oh.
Quadruple slam, dude. Holy, I'm on it tonight. I'm feeling good. 3 for 3. Light speed. Yeah, dude, come up here. Come up here. Try to talk some shit. Listen, I'm here for some good faith debates. You want to come up here and talk some shit? Okay, I'll hit back. We're going to go to get that next guest loaded up into the box, y'all. Make sure if you're inside of the queue that you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Moving on to the next guest right now. We got Hell to the V loading in right now. If you break our rules, you will be automatically banned because we are just specifically looking to talk to Trump supporters. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Okay, you are muffling your mic. Do you want to like pick your phone up off the ground?
It is. Maybe it's where I'm at. Is that better?
That is like significantly better. Before we hop into our debate, I just have like 2 people to thank here. Yo, Def, thank you so much for Annabelle. Sorry. Annabelle, thank you so much for the 20 euros over on YouTube Super Chat. Annabelle, that's seriously incredibly kind of you. Thank you for your support. Annabelle, the 20 euros says, thank you, Dean, for everything that you do. I love you so much. Love from England. Well, love to England. Love to you. Love you as well. And thank you for the 20 euros. You're freaking awesome. Show some love to Annabelle down below in that chat. Thank you. Then over on Venmo, Brandy, thank you for the $10. Who says, I wish I could send more. Thank you for all that you do. My husband and I love you. Well, shout out to you and your husband. Thank you, you guys. And never say that you wish you could send more. $10 is a lot of money. As well as Atlas, thank you so much for the $10 as well with a smiley face. Thank you so much, Atlas. Kit, thank you for the $25. Who says, I love you, Dean. I donated to you yesterday. You really changed my opinion on politics. Thank you so much for educating me and tons of other people too. That's awesome, kids. I'm really happy that I could help change your mind and help you become more informed. That is the reason why I do what I do. Please, guys, show some love to Kit down below. That is KIT. Let's get 250 W's for them and 250 W's for Michelle, who sent $25 with a message that just reads the quote-unquote truth. Thank you, Michelle. And then one more here, Luna. Thank you for the $10 over at Venmo. Show some love to Luna. The mic and the floor are yours. Take it away. Why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because he wants to secure our borders. Well, he has. And the whole why is it so hard for Democrats to want why do they want men and women's sports? Like, can you explain that to me? Like, why do you think that's okay?
Oh God, yeah. Well,
no, that's a big deal to me. Like, tell me, why would you want to support that? Just maybe I want to hear why. Okay. Go ahead.
So we first need to moderate our language. So just to clarify, I don't think that T women are men. I think that T women are women. But for TikTok TOS, we good? T women are women?
If that's if that's what you support, that's fine. I'm just saying good for you.
Okay. All right. I thought that maybe we got an accidental progressive moment. But anyways, so if you want to refer to T women, don't call them men. I think that's incredibly rude.
Well, I mean, that's just my belief.
And B,
you have yours and I have mine, right?
Okay. Well, the thing is I think that
because whenever God makes a man and woman, that's it. Period.
Oh, okay. God. So you're a Christian?
Absolutely, 100%.
Define the word man. She left. I wonder if she left because she couldn't define the word man or saw my argument coming. Because the argument's simple. If she defines man as, like a male, okay, someone with like biology, XY chromosomes, a PP, the male reproductive system, well, all of a sudden, right, we've been misgendering God the Father all along. He's a material he. He doesn't possess any biology, yet they refer to him as a man and use him pronouns. So, hey, what's up? Do you support Trump?
How you doing, Dean? This is Preacher Bob, and I just want to talk to you about this religious thing that you think that like abortion is good and stuff, and I don't believe it's good. Let's do some thinking here. Let me see. I'm going to say if you and Parker had a baby, okay, Parker says that you could have a vagina and you're a man and you could have a baby. And I believe that if you, and Parker went out drinking and got a horny and then you did the deed, could you kill your baby with Parker once you got it and do an abortion?
So first and foremost, for everyone spamming troll on the YouTube chat, so he's obviously putting on like a little bit of a facade and being outrageous. But he's a Trump supporter. In fact, he's a Trump supporter that I've spoken.
No, I'm third party. I'm Elon Musk. The purple party. Because we're taking the red and the blue and we're making purple. And Elon Musk is coming to Minnesota and we're gonna walk up to that mansion together and make it a museum and make the actual Capitol in an office building. Forget that fancy stuff.
Okay. Okay, calm down. So this is someone. We saw that he got a little bit outraged when I called him a Trump supporter. This is someone that we've actually spoken to multiple times on prior occasions. Now, I don't know how tuned in everyone watching right now is, but if you've ever seen me talk to somebody whose feed is full of videos of me, Harry, and Parker, where he will put on masks with our faces on them, and he'll just spam post videos saying, "Oh, I'm Parker, and I'm gay," or something like that. That's this guy. In fact, when we go to his account, we see that he's even done this with Joe Biden. Sir, I'm going to go to invite you to turn back on your mic. Sir, how are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Are you okay? My thing is this. I'm just being me. I mean, you could be a man in a woman's restroom that I think kicked me out of that casino. You know, if I was a man in the woman's restroom, would they kick me out? Probably, because it's an Indian reservation, and their notation of what?
We're going to go to move on to the next guest, everyone. Only up inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. What the fuck? Okay, maybe I should have went live earlier because the crazies are out. Oh my goodness. Chat. The crazies are out, dude. So we're going to go to move on to the next guest, Easton. If you're watching at home and you want to support me, you want to help, fuck it, pay for my therapy bills, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube, at top of the phone screen. In all reality, I get 100% of those proceeds. You could attach a message and I could give you a shout out and read your message on live. Like right now, we got one from Elizabeth for 5. Appreciate you so much. Who says, thank you so very much for what you do and for standing up for women's rights. Love you. Love you too, Elizabeth. Thank you for the 5. And then Brianna, thank you for the $10, who says, it's good to see you getting back up after last night. I hope that you and your girlfriend were still able to find some enjoyment this holiday. Yeah, we had a good holiday season. Thank you, Brianna. Show some love to Elizabeth and Brianna down below. Welcome in. What is up, Easton? Do you support Trump?
Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, I can, but I'm going to go ahead and kick you, quite frankly, because you're like 4 years old. Youngest person ever. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Follow our rules. We got Gabe loading up in. Abby, thank you for the $1 over at Venmo. That's incredibly kind of you. Moving on. What is up, Gabe? Do you support Trump?
Dean, I did support Trump, but you low-key educated me. I'm not going to cap.
Dude, let's fucking go,
Low-key.
Gabe. Let's fucking go, Gabe. W Gabe! In that comment section, that is what we love to hear, quite fucking frankly. W's for you. Based Gabe alert. Based Gabe alert. Hello, Ty. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Somewhat.
I'm sorry, Ty. I heard the and I just automatically removed you. If you're over the age of 18, feel free to get back in that queue. But I kind of just had a little bit of a reaction there. As soon as I heard the I said, oh, I got to kick them. So moving on to the next guest, guys. Only opposite side of the queue if you're following our rules, please. Got to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. If you break our rules, you'll be automatically banned. Just don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Don't break the rules. Play by the rules, you guys. And if you happen to be a part of
Kick
the...
Kick me out.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wish granted. Bye. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Moving on, guys. Moving on. What's up, Trinity? Do you support Trump? Nope. Trinity automatically left, guys. Would you like to go and put a me down below in that chat if you're an American adult that supports Trump, so I know who to try to load up into the live? Because right now, everyone in the queue, just, I don't know. What's up, Moon Pie? Do you support Trump or are you trolling?
My bad.
No, don't blame me. I joined on accident. Please. Please.
Oh, you're also banned. Okay, they're both banned. Moving on to Nick right now. Hey, Nick, do you support Trump?
Huh? What did you say?
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born in, Nick?
2007.
Nice, Nick. And why do you happen to support the worst president of your 18 years of life?
Okay, before we get started, Alex, thank you for the $5. I really appreciate it. Chris, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Jamie, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Taylor, thank you for the $15. I really appreciate it. Jordan, thank you for the $15. I really appreciate it. Morgan, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Casey, thank you for the $50. I really appreciate it. Sam with the $5. I really appreciate it. Holy shit, Riley, thank you for the $100. All right, let's go back to the debate. All right.
No, it's no
So
worries.
the reason why.
So you support Trump, why?
So the
Frank, thank you so much for the $50 over on YouTube Super Chat. I really appreciate it. Who says new to the stream, but I appreciate your intelligent delivery. Keep up the good work and bringing down the corrupt regime. Thank you so much, Frank. Let's get 500 Frank W's in that chat. I really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank Deftones for the 10 euros, who says, thank you so much again for your lives and what you do. Oh, Annabelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Show some love to Frank and Annabelle in that chat. I'd really appreciate it. I'd also like y'all to please show some love to a handful of other individuals. Once again, I'd really appreciate it. Like Sophia, thank you for the $1. I really appreciate it. Molly, thank you for the $10. Who says, thank you, Dean. Well, I really appreciate it. Valerie with the $10. Thank you so much, Valerie. And yes, I agree with your message. It was heartbreaking. And I really appreciate it. Another Abby, thank you for the 90 cents. I really appreciate it. Sammy, thank you so much for the $5 over on Venmo. I really appreciate it. Jasmine, thank you for the $15 on PayPal. Who says, thank you for having a strong voice. Myself and my trans son love to sit and watch your debates together. Love from Australia. Yo, shout out to you and your trans son, Jasmine. I love y'all. I really appreciate you for the $15. Appreciate it. Danielle, thank you for the $10. Who says, thank you for being so awesome. So happy to continue following you into the new year. I really appreciate it. Andrew, thank you for the $16 over on PayPal. He says, happy new year, mate. Dude literally was typing a message, but I totally lost some brain power after that crazy last bloke. Have a great new year. Well, thank you for the $16, Andrew. Let's get 100 Andrew W's in that chat. I really appreciate it. And then Glinda, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. He says, my grandma loves you so much. Oh, tell your grandma I love her too. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Elizabeth with a 1, I really appreciate it. Georgia with a 5, I really appreciate it. And it looks like we're all caught up on the donations. I appreciate you guys for allowing me the mic to thank all my donors. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and take it away, Nick. I'd really appreciate it if you could give me one reason why you support Trump as president.
we actually got a flood of donations. And Pat, thank you for the $5. Michael, thank you for the 10.
Okay, it was funny the first time, annoying the second time. Give an argument why you support Trump as president or banned.
I let you finish your donations. You let me finish mine. Daniel, thank you for the $15. Sarah,
if they were real, I would, but they're just not real. They're fake. So
you're jealous, man. Are you a snowflake?
No, the reason why I know that they're fake is because you don't have any type of Venmo or PayPal attached to your account whatsoever. Guess what?
Everybody knows who I am on Instagram. Everybody knows who I am on TikTok. Everybody knows me. Everybody knows me on YouTube.
And who
I
are
am the
you?
most famous guy. I'm Nick. Type a 1 in the chat if you know me, and type a 3 in the chat if Dean sucks and probably needs to get his vape pen together.
Very nice, Nick. So are you going to give an argument why you think that Donald Trump is a good president?
The chat is saying 1. The chat is saying 1. Dean, you got proven wrong, man.
Oh, yeah.
You got proven wrong.
Liberal owned, right? Now, why do you support Trump? I'm going to give you around 30 seconds to start an argument without your band.
Okay, the main reason why I think Donald Trump is the best president ever, the best president, is because he continuously funds the state of Israel and he funds all our allies, and it is the greatest thing I have ever seen from him.
Is giving more money to Israel?
Yeah.
You know, how great would it be if he just took, like, you know, all government revenue from the last 50 years and just gave it to the state of Israel?
It would be great, man. Yeah. I would support that.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my life. I'd really appreciate it. Moving on to the next guest, guys. We got Michael connecting into the live stream. Okay, Michael. Michael, welcome in. I'd really appreciate it if you could give an argument insofar as why you support Trump as president. Thank you.
Honestly, you were so cringe you made me vote for him.
Oh, wow. I think that's even more cringe, all right? Because you just admitted on live, 4K, right, that some fucking white boy on TikTok pissed you off so fucking bad.
I mean, you were just cringe.
On your goddamn phone screen that I made you vote for Trump. Listen.
I mean, you're
point.
cringe.
Almost done, Michael. First point, touch grass. Okay, second point, get some
Okay,
friends.
touch grass.
Third
Touch
point,
grass.
try to find a love interest or somebody. You know, I mean, they probably.
I mean, your boyfriend's pretty good, but yeah.
You want a boyfriend?
You're a boyfriend.
Wait,
your boyfriend looked pretty good.
Wait. So I told you to find a love interest, and then you said your boyfriend's pretty good. So you want to steal my boyfriend?
Yeah, Parker looked pretty good, man.
Oh,
he looking kind of thick.
Well, that's insane. But so I'm straight, and so is he. Like I said, the weirdos are out tonight. Did you just like sexualize Parker to own the libs?
No, I'm just saying Parker's straight and so am I is a crazy comment.
Oh, well, it's true. I mean.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, and I'm black.
Well, I mean, it looks like you're maybe an AO3 writer, okay? Are you the one writing the fanfics? Are you on chapter 3 looking for some more inspo? This is a debate live, my friend.
Well, if you stop muting me, I'd be able to debate you, but you mute every time someone says something you don't like. Hey, is your anxiety pen still available?
Yeah, you need it? I could tell.
Yeah, I think I do, because, I mean, I'm just getting hot and heavy thinking about you and Parker.
Yeah, really, really strange. So why do you support Trump?
Because I think Donnie does a great job giving Israel free health care with our tax dollars. Okay. America first, baby. Fuentes roasted you.
What would you have to say to people that think the age of consent should be lowered?
Well, what I would say to you and Parker is that I know you like younger men, but y'all got to wait until they turn 18 is what I would say.
That was really, once again, strange. I'm asking you a serious question. Legitimately, what would you have to say to people that think the age of consent should be lowered?
Well, what I would say to you and Parker is that you have to wait till they turn 18.
Okay. So what would you say to anyone, not us, because we don't think that the age of consent should be lowered. What would you say to anyone who thinks that the age of consent should be lowered? Let me be more specific. Could you agree that they'd be a pervert? A predator? P3DO?
Yeah, I could totally agree to that.
So you just said Nick Fuentes, baby. He thinks that not only should the age of consent be lowered, he just doesn't believe in one at all.
Really? Where did Nick say that?
He said this about 4 weeks ago on his radio show. It's on Twitter. He was talking about how he doesn't believe in the age of consent, what he believes in, because he doesn't think that consent is real, because he thinks the only time consent is an object is implied consent for sex in the context of marriage. And so he said that it's not age of consent, it's marriage, because he thinks you could just have sex with your partner whenever you want as long as you're married. And then he said that the age of marriage should be, like in adolescence. At some point in adolescence, once they biologically start to be able to have children. So precocious puberty could start in some girls by the round of 9. So he thinks that 9-year-old girls should be able to get married, and then men should be able to grape them whenever they want.
So did Nick say that, or are you still mad that you're at the receiving end of feeling like a gay person? Because I remember you said you felt like you were at the receiving end of identifying as a gay man. Are you still mad about that, or did Nick really say that? Because that sounds like something Nick didn't say.
Well, that's what he said, man.
I don't know. I don't think he did. I think you just are at the receiving end of identifying as a gay man.
Well, I mean, you've wanted me to identify as a gay man. The only person who's been pushing that here is you. It's funny because people on the right will say that the left is pushing the LGBTQ plus community, but then this is how they act. The only people that genuinely want your children to be gay are people like this guy. The alt-right, the incels, the chuds, that support a predator. And it's funny.
Oh, yes, because I stay up at night and fantasize about Americans having gay children. Yes, that's what I do every night. Thank you, Parker. Oh, sorry. Dean, I know. Y'all are so...
I have a question.
Two twinks, same barrel.
Yeah. How many branches of government are there?
There's 3.
What are they called?
They're the judicial, they're the executive, and they're the legislative.
Good boy. I'm happy that you answered.
I know.
So how many
I'm not
continents are
just
there?
a dumb groper. Groifer, whatever you call me.
A griper. You can't even
Yeah, I
pronounce
don't
the
know.
word
I'm
that
not
you
one
use
of
to
those,
describe
but
yourself. So how many continents are there?
there's probably about 24, right?
There's 7. How many amendments
I
are there to
know.
the Constitution?
Sorry, my freaking TikTok's on here.
No, that's great, dude. Yeah, no, I mean the people that we're having up tonight are just, very intelligent, obviously. Can you guys tell? Can you guys tell just how intelligent these guests are? They're just so smart, every single one of them. Every single one of them is so smart. But I called one of them the opposite of smart in a pretty rude way earlier. I think I called them an IDIOT. And I actually just got a flag on the TikTok stream for that. So I need to keep it in here. And we need to restart. So that's my bad. But hey, listen, we have hours worth of debates coming your way. All we have to do is quickly hit a 5-second restart. So first, let me tell you that around 50% of the people aren't going to come back. Okay? We have 13,000 viewers. When we restart, there'll only be around 7,000 people that come back immediately. I would really appreciate it if you were within the 7,000 people that do come back, okay? Because the restarts only take 5 seconds. I've been talking longer about the restart than the time that it takes. So first and foremost, if you want to come back and watch like another 2 hours worth of debates following the restart, hit that follow button, top left-hand corner. It's big and red. It's in front of your face. Go hit that shit on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, you don't have to go anywhere. And then second of all, here's a little bit of a quicker way to come back after the stream's over. So once the stream's done, your phone screen will say live has ended, and it will show you my profile picture. If you click on that profile picture, it'll send you to my account page. Now, here's something that's really cool. If you count to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you pull down on my videos and refresh the account page, you'll see a new red glowing live orb around my profile picture. You click in there, it'll be the new live. And you'll be back to the restart, and we'll be continuing our debates in less than 10 seconds. So everybody come back. See you all shortly. Bye-bye. Hitting that restart now. We're hitting that shit at light speed, folks. We're hitting that shit at light speed. Quite frankly, never been a faster restart. 1, let's see if it works. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull down, refresh. Oh, it's another refresh is required. Yeah, there we go. So it's closer to like 15 seconds. Oh, but look at that. We're back. Welcome back in, everyone. Yo, we got 4.5 thousand people to the back end. Before we get our first guest up, let me thank a couple people. Caston, thank you for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat, who says, love you, Dean. Appreciate you for that love, Caston. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Show some love to Caston down below. I'd also like to thank Mare. Thank you for the $3 over on PayPal. James, thank you for the $10, who says, thank you for exposing the charlatans. Appreciate you for the $10. Andrew, thank you for the $10 as well. He says, fuck Israel, fuck Trump, fuck MAGA. Let 2026 be the year of accountability in prison for hell for all the diddlers involved with the Trumpstein files. Deadass Andrew, you cooked. Thank you for the $10. And hey JP, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. Alice, thank you for the $10 as well. Let's get 100 Alice W's, who says, okay, I will let her read that out loud, but thank you so much for the love. Then Marcelo, I'm just going to call you M because I'm going to mispronounce your name. M, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. He says, you are fucking crazy to be here today. We love the streams, but take care of your mental health, bro. Your tolerance is insane. Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year, and I'm actually in a good headspace. I am. Thank you so much for the $10. That is incredibly kind of you. Over on PayPal, Jay, thank you so much for the $25. He says, simply said, thank you, my amazing friend, Jay. All the love in the world to you. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's stream and that your 2026 goes all right. Let's get 250 W's for Jay and 500 W's for Tristan. Oh my God. Tristan, thank you for the $50 over on PayPal. You guys are being so kind. Tristan says, hey, Dean, my name is Juniper. Oh, I'm sorry. The name attached to the PayPal account is Tristan. Juniper, thank you for the $50. Show some love to Juniper for the 50. Juniper says, I'm active duty. I've been working many 12-hour shifts since last month, and listening to your streams has helped me pass the time. Watching yesterday's VOD and today's streams show me how much people go through so much hardship, including myself. Juniper, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. I think that you're awesome. And never let anyone else tell you otherwise. Thank you so much. We're going to go to get that very first Trump supporter loaded up in the day, y'all. If you happen to be inside of that queue, make sure it's because you're an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. And yeah, we're going to go to get back to the debates. Also, make sure that you're double tapping on that phone screen and showing out this live with a handful of friends. Liam, you already know what I'm going to ask you.
No, I don't. I'm not a mind reader.
Well, I mean, hopefully you could recognize patterns, like the pattern of the only one thing I have asked you every single time you've come up in the last 3 weeks or so. I don't know why you continue to re-request.
Because you enjoy debating me. I think I'm a strong debater when I come up here, and I think that I trigger you, and I think that you try to find ways to make me look weird and racist, and I don't think it's fair. But yeah, what's the reason here? What's the question?
Yeah, I'll debate you if you apologize to Santana.
That's between Santana and I, because he's tried to humiliate me multiple times, and I don't think it's fair that you would allow him, since he's blocked me on every account. I've never used a slur against him. But he has, in return, just said the most vile things to me.
Are you a Christian?
But, yeah, I am.
Doesn't the Bible tell you to turn the other cheek?
Yeah, it also tells us that a righteous man judges all things if they're within accordance of God. So,
wait, do you think a form of judgment is to try to fat shame?
Yeah, I think that if you tell somebody the truth, it's not really fat shaming. I would never do that.
Well, no, it wasn't even telling him the truth. It was just being an asshole, because not only is like fat shaming always wrong, and fat shaming is like never telling the truth, because it's not rooted within like a genuine care for someone's health or well-being. It's rooted within like being an asshole, being a dickhead, anger and hatred. Okay,
I would
and
agree.
A projection of those things, but not to mention that Santana's gone through the most and the most admirable, like fat loss journey that I've ever seen. And you are shaming him for the size he was 3 years ago after doing something that you, little man, could never do by working so hard and losing over 200 pounds. No, that's not righteous anger. That's not righteous judgment. Okay, that's just being an asshole. That's doing the devil's work. And for you to call yourself a Christian and then to argue that you're justified in being an asshole in accordance with Christian norms, I think is one reason why so many people in the society have such a bad view of the church. Maybe if you y'all actually walked in the footsteps of Jesus, and when you didn't, you took accountability for it and you recognize your sins, we wouldn't see so many individuals scorned and shoved away from the church. So not only are you infringing on the moral commandment of your God, but you're also ensuring that less individuals will find a path to that gospel and their way into heaven. You serve, you keep it up, or going to hell. And remember, that's just a righteous judgment, right?
So, okay, let me unpack a little bit of that and see if you agree or disagree. So I've been told, as a YT person with no culture that lives in the United States, by some of these marginalized communities, I don't really want to point the finger, that I don't know how to make food that has taste. There are certain groups
you definitely
that,
don't.
Wait.
You definitely don't.
Okay, cool. Okay. And let's say that. Let's say that you're true. Let's say that I cannot make chicken taste the best in my culture, the tastiest chicken. Okay. Right? Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. W's. Now, this same community that laughs and points the finger seems that their culture and their society are the heaviest. So what does that say? That maybe that mocking somebody for eating bland food leads to maybe a lighter outcome on one's size of their body? Now, this whole argument between Santana and I was from him mocking me for doing push-ups against good trouble. And then I was, in return, I'm like, if you're going to mock me, you're going to have to get your ass on the floor and do push-ups against me. He won't do it.
So, yeah, his argument literally is, I'm not racist, but by the way, black people are fat.
Is that what I said?
Yes.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah. So, by the way, you can't do 20 push-ups. You might be able to do 5. You can't cook chicken. Seriously, don't eat it. You'll give yourself salmonella. That shit's not only bland, but it's below 165 or like 40 degrees over. There's no in between for you. And then point number 3, what a sad life you live to spend your days pissed off, screaming on the internet about how you think that black people are fat. I mean, my favorite thing about super racist people, because I do have one and I share this a lot, is just knowing that you're never going to be happy. Because this is never going to be white country. Black people are always going to live here. They always, and in fact, black individuals built this country. You're never going to be able to snap your fingers and get rid of them. They're going to be there. They're going to continue to be there, and they're going to continue to thrive and do better than you. So, God, you're going to live a
Dean,
very amazing life.
Dean, I love black people. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I love black people. No, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, Santana's in the queue. Well, we'll actually bring him up, but we just kicked him.
Listen, I'm gonna let you get back to your debates. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. No, I just saw that Liam was in the queue, so I flamed him for like 2 minutes and then dropped him. But I saw that you were in the queue and we're talking about you, so I thought it was only right to bring you up.
Yeah, no, listen, I wanted to just kind of let you know, because I don't think I got an opportunity to tell you why Liam's actually mad. It's not about the whole, chicken or me calling him racist or whatever. I don't care anything about that. The reason why he's mad, he mentioned it one time, he got permabanned. He said that we made money off of him, right? Or he said I made money off of him. Dean, what he didn't mention was that, yes, he did get a permaban. We actually had a community member that was getting ready to be evicted, and they needed to raise $900. And we raised over $3,000 to permaban him. So me permabanning him had nothing to do with me getting one penny, not 1 cent. All of that went to the community member who was getting ready to get evicted. And yes, I happily permabanned him and exploited him for $3,000.
Wait, so he's mad that he was exploited to pay the rent of somebody who needed it, then got permanently banned.
Yes, he came up, and you know how Liam is, because I normally don't bring him up, but then he ended up on the live, and it became a whole thing. We had, again, our community member, they were getting ready to get evicted, and I was like, all right, if we can, at first it was gonna just be like pay the kick, and then we'll put the money to the mutual aid. My chat hated Liam so much that they paid $3,000 to permaban him.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, let him see. Yeah. Santana, I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a good rest of your night.
I appreciate you more, bro. You as well.
Take care. Happy New Year, bro. Moving on to the next guest supporter, guys. Make sure if you're inside of that queue that you're an American adult that supports Trump as president. Anybody who joins this live in violation of the rules will be automatically banned. One person I'd like to thank before we continue is Anonymous. Thank you for another $75 on Super Chat. Holy crap, Anonymous. Anonymous with the 75 says, Gen X, back again with another gift of thanks for your patience, educating the truth to those who need to hear the message the most. Oh, Anonymous. Thank you. That is literally so much. I do not deserve your kindness nor your generosity. And thank you so much for both. I want everybody watching to please, please, please show some love to Anonymous down below in that chat. And by the way, I just thought I'd throw it out there on the YT Super Chats and then TT as well. I only get around 30% of the proceeds on the VMP, Venmo, PayPal. I get 100. So if you want to support me in a way where I get 100% of everything, VMP, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in bio on TikTok, pin message on YT, top of the phone screen. And I appreciate y'all so much for the love. Moving on to the next guest, Gabe. Y'all make sure if you're in the queue that you're following the rules. Okay. Moving on to the next guest. What's up? Do you support Trump? Hello? I'm going to give you 5 seconds, Gabe. 5, 4, 3.
Oh, shit. I joined on accident.
Okay, banned. Moving on to our next guest, Darlin. We got Darlin loading up into the box. We got Darlin. Hello, Darlin. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
I have a very easy question. Is
What's
that
up?
you in your profile picture?
Nope.
Why are you on the internet LARPing as a woman?
I'm not LARPing as a woman. It's just a profile picture of a hot chick.
Okay. Sounds like a Trump supporter to me. So why do you support Trump?
Well, first I was just wondering if I could just say something real quick. Nothing like outrageous or rude or nothing.
Yeah, but hopefully you could follow it up with telling us why you're MAGA.
Well, yeah, for sure, of course. Well, by the way, I'm sick, so I know if I have a voice crack or something, that's why. But that guy last night, I was watching their stream last night, by the way. I just want you to know that it's not really, I mean, you've probably heard this maybe before, just like an excuse of someone, before has done something like that. But I just don't think those kind of people are, the kind of people that represent the right. I feel like that's more of just a horrible person in general to just kind of say those things because I myself am a victim of that kind of treatment. So I just want to say that those kinds of people they may have voted for the right. They may have just said something that was political. They may agree with the right wing politics, but they don't represent us. In my opinion, I think that they're just a terrible person, and I just prefer if the people, your community, whatever, they just view him as just an independent,
Listen,
terrible person.
listen. I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate you saying he doesn't. I feel like what you're equivocating is he doesn't represent my values, and I support the right. Therefore, he doesn't represent the values of the right. But like I said, I appreciate the sentiment. What that shows me is that you don't share those values and that you condemn sexual violence. But I need it to be stated for the record that yes, people like that do represent the right. In fact, the right is platforming and championing a man like that. His name is Trump. He's been held civilly liable for raping a woman. He's boasted about unconsensually barging in on the dressing rooms of naked women and girls. He's hit on his own daughter. He's sexualized a 10-year-old. Okay? He's in the e-files. Okay? He has 25 credible accusations. Okay? He was named by Jeffrey Epstein in a letter to Larry Nassar as another man who shared their quote-unquote love for young, nubile, or sexually attractive girls. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, he might have. I mean, those things, even if I granted those things, were true, it's just the only options that we really have for the Republican Party. Or, I mean, the entire Republican Party wanted to come and say, oh, yeah, we can vote Libertarian or we can vote Green Party or Independent.
So why do you support him as president if you agree that all those things are true? That's insane. It's especially considering the fact that you share that
you're true. I don't think they're true, but I just said if.
Yeah.
I mean, I just really not that they do that to that debate. That's
none of them are true, of course. So why do you support Trump?
Well, I support Trump because his policies that he wants to induce and that he has induced, they align with my values morally, and also they're just what I believe to be ideal and superior for American.
What policies?
Especially prosperity. Well, for one, I would like to say his energy policies are definitely one of his best in my opinion. That we've seen a 20% drop in the EPA, and he since he's produced some of his more finer quality in his energy policies.
So what are his energy policies?
Oh, you want the specific name?
Yeah, what are they?
Well, I have it written down in my notes app. Do you mind if I just go get that real quick?
Yeah, you could go get it in the notes app. That's fine. I just want to know what he's done that you support. That's what we're here for. Hey, Abigail, I really appreciate you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Abigail. Let's get 200 Abigail W's. Abigail, I'm gonna go and keep that message to myself. And I'm really sorry that has happened and is happening to you. Thank you for the $20, Abigail. As well as, dude, Mr. fucking Michael. Oh my God. Michael, thank you so much for the $100 on Venmo. Oh my God, bro. I want to see 1,000 Michael W's down below in that chat for the $100 donation over on Venmo. That is incredibly kind of you, my friend. Michael with a $100 says, Happy New Year's, Dean. Hope you are safe and enjoyed the holidays with your family. I sure did. I hope that you enjoyed the holidays yourself, my friend. It is good to see you as always. You have dropped some massive donations in the past, and I remember you. So the GOAT, Mr. Michael, thank you once again. I want to see 1,000 Michael W's in both of the live chats on TikTok and YouTube. Thank you a billion times over. As well as Ashton, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you so much. Chelsea, thank you for the $2. Danielle, thank you for the $10. She says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to yourself. Blake, thank you for the 5. Heather, thank you for the 3. And then Elise, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo. Says Happy New Year's, Dean. Here's a small donation towards your therapy bills. Trump supporters no longer get cooked by you. They get charred. Deadass. Thank you, you guys. Thank you, you guys. By the way, I forgot to ask you, how old are you?
I'm 18. You already asked me that.
I already did. Okay. All right. So yeah, what energy policies of Trump's has he implemented that you like?
But I don't know if it's just my screen, but your screen is black. I don't know if it's just for me.
Yeah, it's just a glitch. The only way that you'd be able to fix it is to completely leave the live and then to rejoin. It's probably just easier to talk to a black screen.
No, yeah, it's fine. I don't really care about it. Well, anyways, yeah. So his energy policy, the specific one I'm referring to, or the EPA, or about it's called Unleashing American Energy. That's the specific policy he is trying to induce, which I believe in some sense he kind of has within some of the bills he's passed, right? And some of the ones he's vetoed. Oh, screen's back. And the entire goal is to start, mining oil from American like federal property as well, like our like domestic areas, right? Less than from other countries. Also, the importation taxes and the tariffs and things like that, right? So, some of the biggest things that he wants to do is just decrease the over amount of pay structure that goes into the energy production in America, and he wants it to be more of an independent nation when it comes to America. So we don't have things like, if BRICS, for example, was to get any larger than it already is, it could cause a severe energy issue for America. And in 20 years, if there's any kind of global conflict, especially with a group like BRICS, as I named before, now where all our energy comes from, it'll be something horrible, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, while you were talking, I literally just read through the Unleashing American Energy executive order signed into law by Donald Trump at his first day in office on January 20th. So it's going to be section 2 that goes over like all the material changes. So after reading through section 2 of this executive order, I can't identify any material change that increases the domestic production of energy. Nothing. Like for instance, the first change is to quote unquote encourage energy exploration and production on federal lands and waters. That's incredibly vague. To encourage it? What does it mean? Like how does this executive order encourage energy exploration? Because it says so? Like that? No, that's not changing any like regulatory guidelines. Like what does that mean? And then the second thing says to establish our position as a leading producer and processor of non-fuel minerals. Okay, well that has nothing to do with gas prices, which is what you mentioned. But even then, like, well, how does it establish our position as a leading producer and processor of non-fuel minerals? Like, what does that even mean? Is it establishing that by saying it's establishing that? Like, I'm really confused. And like point number C to, ensure that there's an abundant supply of energy accessible from every state. Okay, that's good. But how does it ensure that there's an abundant supply of energy accessible from every state? Like, honestly, if you want me to be honest, this whole executive order just looks like a virtue signal.
Right. So what he's talking about is the production and mining of fossil fuels, which he further elaborates on. If you just look at his press conferences, people ask the same questions.
But like, can you tell me like specifically what about this executive order you like? Like specifically what inside of this executive order changes anything
about it is the. Well, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. What'd you say again?
What specifically what inside this executive order changes anything? Right, that you like literally, like I want you to point me towards the line item that you agree with.
Well, one of the biggest things that it does, and one of the biggest carry-ons that he's trying to specify here, is the electric vehicle mandate. Because there's a lot of companies where we get our energy from, and they produce a lot of electric energy and electric vehicles, and that can just cause issues for America. And the fact that it can be more dangerous for the environment, it's more costly for
Wait, but how does this relate to the production of more fossil fuels? Like, I'm just really confused.
Well, because if you put a mandate on the vehicle, the electric vehicle, then that means that there will be more gas-powered vehicles. And
wait, that didn't make any sense. I'm asking you, how has the elimination of the EV mandate increased the production of fossil fuels, considering the fact that under the Biden-Harris administration, after the introduction and implementation of the EV mandate, we produce the most oil we ever have as a country?
You think that under the 4 years of Joe Biden that we produced the most domestic oil?
It's not that I think, it's that I know. It's what the EIA tells us. The Energy Information Administration tells us that under the Biden-Harris administration, we produce the most oil we ever have as a nation, including under Donald Trump in his first term, which, by the way, is kind of crazy considering that Biden walked in to an incredibly low level of production with an incredibly small amount of refineries open, where in order to ramp up production, he approved 50% more drilling permits on federal land. And then we saw a boom, an explosion of American production after American oil companies had to increase their own production following our sanction of Russian-produced oil because of their invasion of Ukraine. So I'm not really willing to just give you this point that somehow expelling the EV mandate led to a boom in the production of fossil fuels, considering after its implementation under the Biden-Harris administration, not only did we not see a reduction in its production, we saw the most production ever.
Can you show me that?
Yeah, I already gave you the source, EIA. So if you go on Google and you type in EIA, U.S. crude oil production, it will shoot you over to a graph where we've been tracking oil production in this country since 1984, year by year, month by month. And what you'll see and what you could read is that under the Biden-Harris administration, we produced the most that we ever have as a country, even before the EIA started tracking monthly production levels.
Hold on, can you see me or my teacup?
No, I could see you. And by the way, it's also crazy because you said at the beginning, even if everything that I said about him is true, to do with the fact that a court ruled he's a rapist, e-files, his own daughter, the 25 accusations, the sexual exploitation of the beauty pageants, you said even if all those things were true, okay, right, he's like still implementing good change by like ending an EV mandate. Like, are like we really sure that we want to put a man in office who's been held civilly liable for rape, that tried to install votes for himself in the last election, that has launched an attack on the Constitution,
no.
called for its termination, called for the death of his political opponents, infringed on 4 of our 27 constitutional amendments, to end an EV mandate that could just be re-implemented with the start of the next Democratic presidency, if deemed as a good thing? No, like, so obviously,
Hold on,
like,
let me finish
your
just
argument
real
here is
quick,
going to
and
be
I can just
lacking.
respond. So, no, that wasn't my argument, though. My argument was that because he's the option that we have to represent for the Republican political side, right? So even if Joe Biden, for example, like, I think that Joe Biden, he was a halfway decent president. I mean, obviously, I don't believe that I feel like that election was definitely a sketchy election. I won't say it was a fake one, but it was definitely a more of the unreasonable ones, I would say, right? When I watched it, go into office, being voted in, right? But I still would. Honestly, at the time, I thought that he would be maybe even a better president than Trump did, right? Because in 2016, like I said, so I'm a lot more agreeable when it comes to things like that. But when we saw him,
With all due respect, dude, you're just kind of saying words. Like, I don't really feel like you're making any type of point here.
Well, I'm just trying to get to the key point here, right? And so even though, and I disagreed a lot with things morally with him, he was he was pro transgender, he was pro choice, and I was still in support of him over Trump back in 2016, right? Or back in 2020, I apologize. So it really did for me. It's just what a representative appropriates the values that I see and what future of America can hold,
I'm
right?
so sorry, dude. You
So
could, instead of taking 2 minutes,
even if he was
instead of
to
taking
be, like,
2
this
minutes,
horrible person,
instead of taking 2 minutes to say that, you could have just said, even if he was a rapist, I'd still support him because of his values. That's your argument.
It's because he's the representative of what we have for the future of America.
What? No, what do you mean he's a representative of what we had? You're acting as if like you were forced to vote for him. He was the only option. You had another option last November. Her name was Kamala Harris. No one understands what you're saying.
I believe he was a better option than
Yeah. So even if he was a literal fucking child diddler, he'd still be a better option, is what you're saying. Yeah. So what made Kamala Harris so bad that you take a literal fucking pedophile over her?
Well, first of all, I don't think that he's any of those things.
No. But you said even if it was true, you would still pick him.
Right. If given, I feel like that there's. I mean.
So I want you to directly answer the question. I want a direct answer to the question. What about Kamala Harris was so bad that you would literally choose a pedophile over her?
Well, there's quite a few different things, right? And first of all, again, like I said, in a preface, I don't really think that he's
no, stop. I want a direct answer. I'm going to ask it for a third and final time. No, because you started to talk about Trump. We're not talking about Trump. That's an indirect answer. I will repeat myself. What about Kamala Harris was so bad that you would take a literal pedophile over her?
No, I just think that she was a harmful, vice president for one. right? And I think that she was also
No.
just not very
No.
good.
Be very specific. Just saying, oh, she was bad as VP isn't doing it. Why was she bad as VP? Specifically, what did she do when she was serving as the VP that makes her so bad you would take a literal pedophile over her? Specifically, what did Kamala Harris do to make you choose or to make you argue that you would choose a literal pedophile over her?
Right. Well, it's just
It's just fucking what? It's just what? What is it? Are you wasting my time?
sorry about that.
Wait,
No,
it's
sorry
just it's
about
just
that.
what?
I had to- No, sorry about that. I had to talk to somebody. No, it's just that I think as a politician, she would, perform less, right? As what we've seen in her previous political career. And you just look at what she really did when she was VP.
Didn't look at it. Be
You look at
specific.
what
Be
she did
specific.
now, and then
Specifically, what did she do that would make you argue that you'd pick a pedophile over her? Specifics, please.
I mean, do you want like every single little thing she's done?
Yes,
mean,
I
we
want
talk
at
about
least one.
when she
What is
was,
one thing that she has done that makes her worse than a literal fucking pedophile?
Yeah, I mean, did you see what she did to the Bay Area of California?
What did she
was,
do? What did she do?
I mean, the overall production of the area had totally gone down. There was more violent crimes and arrests that had gone down during the time of her.
Wait. What you said? Oil production?
No.
I thought you said the
like,
oil
amount of
production in the
money
Bay
that-
Area
that-
went
that
down
the
when she was a
city was
DA.
making.
Wait, the money that the city
amount
was
of
making?
money, yes, producing to the country.
Wait,
Yeah.
why would that fucking be relevant at all to the DA?
Because
why? She was the DA of San Francisco. What would she have to do
Right.
with local governing politics surrounding produced revenue? What the fuck?
you don't know what a DA does.
Like I know what a DA
Can you
does,
explain what a
but
DA
like
does?
let me
What do they do?
explain to you. Well, they're the district attorney. They're the highest level of the prosecutorial role for the region. But I just want to clarify, like so far under Trump, I mean, like we've seen a massive like reduction in GDP growth. We've seen like the highest level of manufacturing bankruptcies since the pits of the Great Recession, crashing business investment, increasing unemployment. But it's like I wouldn't blame any of those things on Pam Bondi. Like Pam Bondi has her own issues, not releasing the Epstein files, bending the knee to Trump, persecuting his political opponents. But like her issues aren't like the economy collapsing because that's not what her job is. Her job is to prosecute crime. So why would I blame a lower GDP growth on her? So you're saying that the economic output, the economic output of San Francisco is somehow to blame on the DA? She had nothing to do with local legislation.
Do you think that Pam Bondi has any association with people who are anything over the production of the city or the area?
What? Does Pam Bondi have any association with the economy? No.
With nobody who runs the economy, nobody who has any kind of representation of the economy at all.
What are you saying? No. Pam Bondi has no association with the American economy.
No, not just with. And do you think she has any association with Trump at all?
Yes, she is his
Right.
AG. She's serving as the AG of the DOJ, and she was appointed by
Right,
him.
okay.
But
So now-
are you going to blame Pam
Do you-
Bondi for bad like economic output? Like this is such a weird argument.
If it were to be true,
Like no.
it was
Like
bad
come on, like no.
economic output.
Like what the fuck?
Don't you think?
Would you
that
blame that on
if
Pam Bondi?
Well, not directly, of course.
No, you wouldn't. No,
but-
you wouldn't. Because does Pam Bondi control the economic legislation of the country?
That's not what you see here.
I want to direct yes or no. Does Pam Bondi? I want to direct yes or no. Does Pam Bondi control the economic legislation of the country?
No, of course. not.
So then we wouldn't blame the economic outcomes on her, since she doesn't
Think she
control
has
the
any
legislation
influence
to
on Trump
produce
at
those
all?
outcomes.
Do you think she has any influence on Trump at all?
Not for economic policy. No,
No.
it's
You
just
sure
not
about
her
that?
job.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Then why did she on a press conference say that she had directly given the idea of reducing the EPA to Trump's policy?
Because that's legislation. which would be an idea to the administration to then revise regulatory guidelines that she would prosecute. So actually, decent point. I would walk that back specifically for the AG of the state because they could give potential influence on EPA regulatory guidelines in which that regulation then could have some level of economic impact. So that was actually a fairly good point. I will revise my claim. It's not no impact whatsoever on the economy because there could be some level of impact driven through like a revision of EPA guidelines, which of course she would then prosecute. So then the argument would be that Kamala Harris, right, advocated for some revision within regulatory guidelines to do with the legislation of the San Francisco Bay Area, which then led to a reduction of the economic performance of the area. So what did she
Let's look at it like
influence?
this.
No. What
Okay, hold on.
no, no, what change in regulatory guidelines did Kamala Harris influence that led to like a lower level of economic performance in the Bay Area?
Right. So when she was district attorney of the Bay Area or San Francisco, right, which associated with the Bay Area, we can clearly.
But
see
like, what
that
did she do? No. Like,
when
literally, what
went
did
into
she
this
do?
position.
What did she do to reduce economic output? I don't want a correlation causation fallacy trying to accuse a DA of reducing economic output. Like, you're actually a fucking droid. Like, I can't. Listen. I've never heard this argument ever before because of how astoundingly dumb it is. And keep in mind, I talk to some of the stupidest people alive on a day-by-day basis for 4 hours, 7 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year. And this is still an argument that is so dumb and stupid that no stupid dumbass has ever made it before. That's just how insane it is, okay? I need you to know just how insane your argument is. So specifically, what did the DA of one part of the Bay Area do to reduce the economic output of the totality of the Bay Area? Like, I can't even believe that's a real question. I like literally can't even believe that's a real question. But it is. So answer it, please. By the way, you have like 30 seconds. If you don't answer it in 30 seconds, I'm going to kick you. Because it's literally so ridiculously dumb. I'm not even going to entertain it.
My thing went on.
I will only entertain this question for the next 30 seconds. It is that ridiculously dumb that I will not entertain it for longer than 30 seconds. Your time starts now.
All right. So, So, when we see her go into this position, right, as district attorney, why do we see this like massive drop, right? And we see that not a lot of people are also changing in this overall position over the Bay Area. And we see when there comes to their policies, they're generally coming for an uplift within the economy. And why does it drop, right? And then we see when she goes to represent the state of the area, and when she's questioned on this numerous times when she was
Okay, 30 seconds over. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Only op inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. The most ridiculously dumb argument I've ever heard is that. That one honestly takes the cake. Dude, blaming the DA of one city for the terrible economic output of a whole region that city is in is like literally the craziest, dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, I literally just lost so much faith in humanity. The average the average guest on my live just got about 9 IQ points dumber after that guest alone. Wow. That was just like I'm going to be thinking about that for a while. That is like the most incoherent argument we've ever received. Like, if we're just truly trying to look at arguments for their validity, for their soundness, that is literally the worst argument. Put that in a all-time recap of dumbest arguments we've ever heard, because that is one of them. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yo, Dean, bro, I cracked the case, yo.
Moving on, 5 years old. We got Cade loading up in the box, guys. Make sure if you're in that queue that you're MAGA. Patsy, thank you so much for the $50 over at Venmo. Holy crap, Patsy. Patsy with a 50 says, Happy New Year, Dean.
Oh my God, Dean. Is that deadass you, dude?
Yeah, it is. One
Fuck
moment.
you and Kamal. I hope she gets shot. Everybody check out Youngboy Cade.
Okay, well, the violent right is at it again, everyone. The violent right is at it again. People like to sit here and say that the left is so violent, but then the president calls for the execution of his political opponents, and then he calls for the execution of, the last VP. The same way somebody else called for my execution, and apparently it was such a valid threat that the FBI showed up at my door to tell me. So the violent right, everyone, that's who you're aligning with if you're a Trump supporter. What's up, Ben? Do you support Trump? No.
Hello.
I was actually in the middle of thanking someone. Patsy, thank you for the $50. I do really appreciate it. Patsy with the $50 says, Happy New Year, Dean. Keep voicing and educating. Well, I appreciate you. Guys, I want everybody watching to please show some love to Patsy in both of the live chats. Thank you so much. By the way, there you go, FBI. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Like, obviously.
Okay, give me one moment. I need to finish thanking the rest of my donors. Aaron, thank you so much for the $15 on Venmo. That is ERAN. Show some love to Patsy and Aaron in that chat, y'all. Aaron with the $15 is so appreciative for your lives. I recently turned 18, and you've had such a large impact on my political views after growing up in a conservative household. Aaron, I'm really happy that we could help form your political views with facts, reason, and logic. Thank you for your support towards what we do here. Thank you for the $15. Show some love to Patsy and Aaron down below, as well as show some love to Michelle for the $20, who says this guy didn't like Kamala Harris because she's a black woman. Yep. Thank you for the $20, Michelle. Thank you so much. That is MICHAIAEL. Sorry, thank you for the $20. And then Ben, thank you so much for the $20 as well, who says, I've had a rough couple years after COVID with mental health, but since I began watching you, I realized that we share a lot of qualities, and I love what you do. Ben, you're a smart guy. Thank you for the $20. Let's get 200 Ben W's and 200 Abigail W's for the $20. Who says, Dean, I just want to say that you've helped me so much. Oh, that makes me so happy, Abigail. Thank you. Thank you for the $20 and for sharing that with me. As well as Tom, thank you for the $15, who says, Miss USA pageant judge Steve Siebold challenged former pageant host Billy Bush to speak out on Trump. Yes, so I actually saw his video on that. I'm really happy that he spoke out. He said that the smoking gun wasn't the files. It was what he did at these pageants. Yep. Thank you so much for the $15, Tom. Looks like we're all caught up over on Venmo. Let's see if we have anybody to thank over on PayPal. Oh, we certainly do. Anne, thank you for the $200 over on PayPal. Oh my God, Anne. And with the $200 says, Happy New Year. I really admire you for all that you do. Take care and stay safe. Anne from Quebec City. As always, I love you. You've been watching for so long, and you've been so supportive and so kind and so fucking generous. I do not deserve $1 of that. Thank you for your generosity. It does not go unnoticed. I literally want everyone watching to please show some massive love to Ann for the $200. Literally, I want to see nothing but Ann W's. That is ANN in both of the live chats for the next 10 minutes. Holy shit. As well as Addie. Thank you for the $15. Who says, Happy New Year, Dean. Happy New Year, Addie. Thank you so much. Angelina, thank you for the $5. Aiden, thank you so much for the $20. Who says, Hey, Dean, I hope that your 2026 goes well, and I wish you the best. You as well, Aiden. Thank you so very much for the $20. You're an absolute Chad, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As well as Alice, thank you for the $10. Blueberry, thank you for the 1. Kaylee, thank you for the 5. Orion with a 5. Beth with a 1. And then Catherine with a 5. Looks like we're all caught up. Thank you guys so much. If you're watching and you want to support me, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, in the link tree in my bio on TikTok. You can even attach a message that I'll read off on live. Appreciate you for your patience, Mr. Steve. Take it away. Why the hell do you confidently support the worst president of your life? Dictator on day one, Mr. Tyrant, adjudicated rapist, and felon, delusional Trump. Take it away.
All right. Well, I think the best way of supporting Trump is because he promotes like conservative ideology.
Oh, which one? Like which beliefs, which ideas? Let's share them with us.
Well, for starters, for an easy one is mass deportation. Like a strong border is what we like. We don't like people just coming in here.
Yeah, mass deportation. Well, if mass deportation is a conservative ideology, then no one should be a conservative because mass deportation is an American last ideology. It only hurts us and it doesn't help us. Prove me wrong by naming one way that it specifically makes this country better.
Well, it doesn't quite matter if it makes the country better or not. If law says if you come in here illegally, you can be sent back.
Okay, so you're arguing.
So it's illegal.
Wait, would you say that the state has an obligation to write and enforce legislation that is for the betterment and the well-being of their constituents?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you'd also argue the inverse is also true. The state has an obligation to remove or revise legislation that is not in the interest of the betterment or the well-being of their constituents.
I'd say yeah to that as well.
Okay, so then you're arguing that the state has an obligation to get rid of mass deportation because it is not for the betterment and the well-being or the health slash safety of their constituents for many reasons.
No, not necessarily, because
well, it is, and I can tell you how mass deportation intrudes upon the well-being of this country's constituents. The first point would
but it saves lives though.
No, it doesn't. It actually does not save lives. It does the opposite.
Well, it could save lives.
No,
definitely.
I think it could.
Well, you think if we had
lives,
stronger
definitely.
border, you think if we had stronger like stronger borders, you think like a certain amount of people could be like alive right now, you know?
No, I think that more people would be dead if we did a mass deportation.
Really?
Yes, because I think that it increased crime.
So wait, hold on. Let me get this right. Mass deportation of criminals increases crime?
Yes, I think that a mass deportation of undocumented immigrants increases crime.
Really?
Yeah, would you like to know why?
Well, it actually it decreases crime because every one of them are technically criminals.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think if you commit a misdemeanor, I wouldn't classify you as a criminal. Nor would I really like classify like an.
I mean, you don't
unaccompanied
have
minor.
to call them that. That's why I said technically.
I don't know. I don't think that like they're all technically criminals either. Like, do you think like the unaccompanied minors that came into this country at 3 years old are criminals?
I wouldn't call them that, no.
Okay, so then even you.
But if you did, it wouldn't be like not true.
By the way, if your whole thing is getting criminals out of the country, you probably shouldn't put a criminal in the Oval Office to run the country. Just saying.
Oh, come on. Obviously, we're going to deem other crimes as worse than others. Like, really?
Oh, wow. So now you introduce the nuance of
Falsifying business records, really,
So
bro.
now let me get this straight. Really? So now you're deeming some crimes worse than others. But why 3 seconds ago?
Of course some crimes are worse than others.
Can you stop cutting me off, Steve?
Go ahead, bro.
That's been your whole debate tactic, little bro. Like, interrupt me every 3 words. Like, I was beginning to explain to you how mass deportation serves against the betterment of the constituents of this country. I was going to, like, cite American Immigration Council to demonstrate how it plummets our GDP growth by $1.1 through $1.7 trillion per year. I was going to talk about the IRS and taxation, too. But then you fucking interrupted me and cut the point off, all right? And then I was going to go on to describe why I think that mass deportation would increase crime. You fucking interrupted me and you're just like, oh, so removing criminals from the country would reduce crime. And now I was going to go on to make a point to demonstrate the own hypocrisy that is true of your own view, but then you cut me off 3 words in 2. So you're about to say, oh, you're such a liberal. It's because, yeah, I'm speaking facts, I have sources, I know what the statistics are, and I know precisely why you're wrong, and all you have is your big emotions and your interruptions. So try to keep both of those 2 things inside. Such a Trump supporter, we know. But here's the point. So I find it incredibly hypocritical that you're going to sit here and suggest that if you're guilty of a federal misdemeanor, that you deserve to have your human rights stripped of you, deported without due process to a center for terrorists in El Salvador, where you're then beaten and tortured. But, you know, if you're a criminal that's guilty of 34 felonies, if you're a criminal that's been held civilly liable, you did, because you said that you support Trump's immigration approach, and that's exactly what his approach has been. He illegally deported Abrigo Garcia to CCOT, even though SCOTUS ruled that.
Whoa, that's not true at all.
Ruled that it's not true at all. Okay, how much do you want to bet?
No, it was administrative error. They shouldn't have sent him to El Salvador. It was a legal deportation, though. They just shouldn't have sent him to El Salvador.
Yeah, how much do you want to bet?
How much do I want to bet? It's
like money.
Dude, what?
You heard me. How much money do you want to bet?
I'm not about to bet money as if Abrigo Garcia's deportation was legal or not.
Well, I mean, that'd be a really bad thing for you to do, so I'm happy that you won't do it.
It was an administrative error that the Trump administration recognized, and now he's going to be sent otherwhere.
So I'm actually really happy that you don't want to bet me money on that claim, because then you would owe me money. You could actually read the SCOTUS ruling, Christie Nome versus Garcia. I forget the case number. It was April 11th, where they specifically said that his removal was illegal. Then you try to argue that it wasn't illegal because it was an administrative error. No, it was illegal because of the administrative error. So you're wrong, and that was really smart of you to not bet money on it, because if you did,
he's being sent otherwhere. You know that, right? Outside of El Salvador.
Why aren't you addressing the last point that I made to refute your claim that it was a legal deportation?
Because it's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Well, that's what SCOTUS ruled. So now you're saying SCOTUS ruling that something is illegal. It is therefore dumb to say it's illegal. Well, you are therefore dumb because you don't understand the function or purpose of the Supreme Court arbitrating as the law of the land, the ultimate interpreter of the Constitution, the one court that once ruled can't be appealed else by another ruling from that same court. Apparently, I'm dumb for just honoring their rulings. That's MAGA in a nutshell. No civics education, no background about the functions of the criminal justice system in this country, nor any knowledge pertaining towards the function of the Supreme Court. MAGA 101. Dumbest shit I've ever
Honestly,
heard.
Dean, why does the left fight so hard for this, like, wife-abusing, like, MS-13 gang member? Like, why are you guys fighting so hard for him?
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know why you fight so hard to pivot and deflect every single time you get owned, but I guess I'll pivot and deflect with you. So I want to clarify. Do you think that Donald
there
Trump
was
is
a simple
great
question.
person?
Like, this is who you guys are fighting for.
And I'm gonna respond to your very simple question. I just have one clarifying question. I promise it's not a pivot, and it's gonna be directly relevant to my response, Mr. Steve. Do you think that Donald Trump is a rapist?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely idiotic if you want to make the argument that Abrigo Garcia beat his wife. Why? Because the thing is that his wife did indeed file civil
course she
protective
did.
order against him, which is true. But she actually said, the only reason why I filed that civil protective order against my husband is because I was domestically abused and beaten in my last relationship. And when things started to heat up inside of my relationship with Abrigo Garcia, which never got physical, per her own word, by the way, she filed that civil protective order out of an abundance of precaution. Now, I've gone back and forth on this next bit for the last 6 months or so. Well, did she say that to lie to protect her husband? Or did she say that because she was true and genuinely took an abundance of precaution due to prior relationships? And after 6 months of going back and forth in this in my head, I've determined that she was likely telling the truth. Why? Because I spoke to women that have been through very similar occurrences. So many, this happens all the time. What will happen is a woman will be
So
in
you
a
accept it
relationship
then?
with an abusive man, okay, that will treat them like shit, that will beat them, that will abuse them, and then inevitably they will get out of that relationship, but then they will continue to hold that trauma for the rest of their life, and they will continue to approach the rest of their relationships with that same precaution described by Abrigo Garcia's wife. But now the point of hypocrisy that I really want to make here, and I think that you should really listen, is I find it funny that you only believe a woman when you can find a way to misrepresent what she said to purport a man as a rapist when it serves to your best political interests. But then when 25 women accuse Donald Trump of raping them, and then one proves it inside of a courtroom, you still don't believe it. So why is it believe Abrigo Garcia's wife after misrepresenting what she said, even though she said she was never beat, but don't believe the 25 women that accused Donald Trump of raping them, including the one woman who's able to prove it inside of a court of law? Just
Okay,
saying.
so I'll answer that question as long as you like right now say that you accept that Abrigo Garcia beat his wife.
No, I'm saying that I don't accept that. I think it's more
Oh, you
likely than
don't
not the
accept
case that he did not beat his wife.
I mean, I think it adds up. This is an MS-13 gang member. This is
I also
like
reject
the
that.
bad guy. Oh, he hung around them. He wore their attire.
Oh,
He was pulled over in
like
2022 in a car with them.
You mean like a Chicago Bulls hat?
That's what they wear, apparently.
Yeah, so now all of a sudden, every time you wear a Chicago's Bull hat, you're a member of a gang. By the way,
I mean,
I'm not even quite sure that Abrigo Garcia hung out with MS-13 gang members, but that would be a terrible argument for you to make because guess who Donald Trump hung out with? Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein, and Diddy. So if this is strong enough evidence
Dude,
to
you
prove
can't just keep muting
that
me when
Abrigo
I'm trying to,
Garcia
like-
is a member of a gang, then it's also strong enough evidence to prove that Donald Trump sex trafficked children. Just saying. That's your logic.
Okay, well, let's look at it. Trump cut ties with Epstein in 2004.
After what? 2005, by the way.
Prior to him being found out about all these terrible things that he did.
What happened
So you
prior to
can't-
that?
What do you mean?
What happened before he cut ties?
He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He said, "I'm done with this guy."
No. What happened before he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago?
I'm unsure. What are you trying to imply here?
Oh my God. Yeah, the local police department finally started investigating Epstein publicly. The public investigation was launched right before he, quote unquote, cut ties with him. By the way, when Donald Trump was asked about why he cut ties with him, what Donald Trump said is the reason he cut ties with him is because he was actually taking and poaching, as Donald Trump said, the young girls under the age of 18 that worked in his private massage.
They were Trump's employees, dude.
Yeah, employing underage girls as masseuses, kind of weird. And by the way, you know the one point that you
It's
never
only weird because
responded
it's
to?
Trump, bro. You only find it weird because it's Trump. You know that.
Would you want a full body massage from a 16-year-old girl?
Dude, I'm not saying I would do that, but if a random guy's getting a massage from a person who works there, you're not going to find that weird.
Wait, why wouldn't you do that?
I don't get massages, dude. I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, if a guy's getting a massage
the only
by someone
reason
who
why you
works
wouldn't
there,
do
you
that is
wouldn't
because
find
you're
it
not
weird.
into massages? Because you're not into massages?
I mean, I don't get a massage like that. I don't really have a reason to get a massage.
Okay, so let me get this straight. If you were into massages, right, and like maybe
and I was getting a
with your partner
massage
every so often, from like a 35, 40, 45-year-old person, and then some like 14-year-old girl came out to give you a full body massage while you were naked with a towel over yourself, you wouldn't find that weird?
if I'm at a massage place and I'm getting massaged by someone that works there, I wouldn't even question how old they are. Like, like it's not like this is only weird. You're making it like this because it specifically relates to Trump. Like, if this had nothing to do with Trump, you wouldn't be questioning it at all.
That's insane.
It's not actually that insane. If you go to a massage place to get a massage, you're not going to care how old they are. You're just going to get your massage and then you're going to leave.
Absolutely are. I would not want my naked body rubbed by a 14-year-old girl.
You'd be the weirdo to assume she's underage.
Wait. Are you saying that it's not weird for an adult man to have their naked body rubbed by a 14-year-old girl?
Well, first off, I'm not too sure massages are like naked, but like...
Well, they are. I mean, you wouldn't know this because you've never been to a massage. I have. Yes, you were naked. Most places you get to keep your underwear on, but they kind of just drape a towel over you. And you know, sometimes it could get pretty close to areas that you don't like. I did one couple of massage with my girlfriend. I don't think I'm going to be doing that ever again. But you know, my point still stands. Okay.
I mean,
do you think it'd be weird for a 14-year-old girl to rub your naked body with oil?
I mean, if you're staying like consistent with like what you're talking about, like if I walk into like a massage place, I'm just getting a massage by an employee that just happens to work there. I'm just gonna get my massage and leave. I'm not gonna like look at her like that. I'm not gonna like try to get like you're making it weird. It doesn't have to be.
No. So what you're saying is that you'd sometimes be okay with a 14-year-old girl rubbing your naked body all over.
Dude, I'm not going to be concerned with her age. That's not why I'm there.
So then agree. So what your argument is that you'd sometimes be okay with a 14-year-old girl rubbing your naked body all over.
It's so irrelevant. Like that's
what? It's not irrelevant whatsoever.
Her
Answer.
age is so irrelevant.
Her age is completely relevant. Why? Why can't you see this? You're insane. 1 second. Just to make sure for everyone watching, I'm not crazy, right? Like if I'm like an adult man and I am like weirded out and like not okay with the idea of like a 12-year-old girl rubbing my naked body, like I'm not crazy, right?
Dude, you'd be crazy to think of like, oh, is she underage? Like, let me just make sure.
Wait.
Who's the weirdo that's gonna be like?
Wait. So you're telling me that I'm actually the crazy one for not being okay with a 12-year-old girl rubbing my naked body all over?
Bro, obviously, if you knew she was 12, you're not gonna do that. But if you just walk into a random massage place, you're not gonna question her age. It's gonna be irrelevant. You're gonna get your massage and you're gonna get out of there.
Wait. So are you saying that like Donald Trump didn't know that the girls he was employing to work as masseuses were under the age of 18?
I mean, I don't know if he knew or not. He probably knew. But my whole argument is that.
Oh, okay. So then you're saying
you're
saying it's super weird if you know. By the way, I just hate the idea, right, where we're promoting like the acceptance of the notion that it's like just totally okay to act like you don't know someone is under the age of 18 unless they explicitly tell you otherwise. If they look fucking 12, they are fucking 12. Like, hello? Okay. Like, if somebody looks fucking 12, I'm going to assume that they're fucking 12 unless I get like a fucking passport, ID, fucking all of those things. And then like, even like if they look like it, I would still like not really want it because they look like they're fucking 12. Okay. But you know, like all those things aside, if they look like they're a kid, I am going to assume that they're a kid and you should too.
Dude, I just feel like, especially for a massage case, like if you're walking in to get a massage, you're going to get your massage and you're going to leave. If anything, if all the stuff that you're naming is like relevant to you, then like, I feel like that's not important.
No. If I walk into a place to get a massage and my masseuse is a 12-year-old girl, I am running out and I'm reporting them to the cops for like being a likely child trafficking ring. That is exactly what I would do. I would turn around, I'd leave.
You're honestly so woke.
I'd dial 911 and I'd say, listen, I don't have any hard evidence of this, but like, you should like look into this place. And that's woke? No, that's common sense.
Nah, you're so woke, bro. Like, what? You're gonna report them to the police, dude?
Yeah, I definitely raise a flag. I'd say, right, this is worth looking into.
Dude, you're gonna get your massage. You're not gonna care about her age, and you're gonna leave, and you're gonna go on about your day.
Okay.
You're not gonna be some weirdo.
See, here's the craziness. Steve's actually just projecting this onto me because he actually thinks this himself. He like just genuinely believes that it is like so okay to just pay a 12-year-old to rub your naked body. Are like, Steve, this is a massive red flag. You know, let's just see how far this red flag goes. So Donald Trump boasted about unconsensually barging into the dressing rooms of his beauty pageant contestants at Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, walked in there and looked at their bodies without consent. Is that good or bad?
When did this happen?
1996 through 2006?
So this happened in 1996 or 2006?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm asking which one, 2006 or 1996?
Oh, it happened at the pageants throughout the years. Like it happened in 1997 Miss Teen USA, Miss USA, and 2001 Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, alongside like other years. This was just something that he do, and he said that he would do this to Howard Stern on his radio show in 2005. When he told him, the funniest thing they'll do is I'll like walk backstage through the walk backstage, go to the dressing area. Then I'll walk in, and all the women will be dressing, and they'll have no clothes on, and they just look great, and I'll get away with it. He admitted to sexually exploiting them. He admitted to abusing his position of how as the owner of the pageant to allow himself to unconsensually barge into their dressing rooms to look at them while they had no clothes on.
Yeah, I think I have heard of that. I didn't really look into it to see what actually happened there on like the Howard Stern show. I didn't really look into what Trump was saying on there. So I'm honestly just not going to speak on it. I don't really know too much about it.
Wait. So you're telling us that A, you'd be totally fine with a 12-year-old girl rubbing your naked body, and
Dude,
B,
when did I say that?
by calling me weird when I told you I'd care and that I wouldn't be totally fine?
No, I mean, I called you weird that you're making it such a big deal as if you can't just get your massage and leave.
Right, exactly. You're saying,
And then you say you're going to go to the
fine with
police.
it.
Like, can you
Exactly.
investigate
Exactly. That statement right there means that you'd be totally fine with it. So don't try to act like you wouldn't be, because that's exactly what that statement communicates. And then B, you heard that your like president may have like sexually exploited girls, and you just like didn't care to even really look into it. I'm gonna just force you to look into it by playing you the clip on live, because I want to know what your reaction to this is. I want to see if like this like tracks your character. I might honestly, chat. My expected reaction from him to this clip is him just like saying that he just doesn't care. That's not wrong. Let's just go and listen to it. For everyone who's already been here, you've obviously heard this clip a billion times. Here's me playing it for the billionth and first.
Well, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
I mean, so are they girls or are they women? He said women. I mean,
Oh, okay. So if you want to argue that he didn't do this to the girls in his
no,
team,
I'm not making an argument. I'm just asking a question.
Oh, yeah. So he did this to both. So because we have victim testimony that corroborates one another and corroborates what he admitted to from the teens that competed at Miss Teen USA and the women that competed at Miss USA. We also know that like throughout this clip, they were throwing around the word woman and throwing around the word girl, like both of them. Like right before this clip starts, he says that like girls will greet themselves with their vaginas. Like yeah. So he did this to both of
So,
them.
I mean, so are they greeting him like looking all nude and stuff?
Okay. So the line of defense is that they wanted to be unconsensually perved on naked.
All right, dude. Me asking questions is not making statements.
So what was
I'm
your
just
question?
asking you. I'm asking you. All right, I'll just ask this one clarification question. So you're saying they were women and they were also teenagers?
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just have to look into that. I have to do more research into that.
Wait, what do you need to do more research on it in order to know that it's unconsensual sexual conduct? Like you have like
Because in the video clip, Trump never explicitly says, yeah, they're teenagers.
Wait. So are you saying that you need to do more research and to understand that he sexually exploited like the teenage girls at Miss Teen USA, but you wouldn't need to do more research in order to understand that he sexually exploited the women at Miss USA?
Yeah, like for example, obviously, I feel like if he's doing this like women, then I would assume that it's consensual.
Okay, yeah. So exactly the argument I'd expect from a red flag like you. You just said I'd assume it's consensual.
Of course, that's obviously what anyone would assume. Obviously, we'd hope that it's consensual. Like what?
So there's a difference between hope and assume. So assume means to find to be true. Hope means wish it was true.
Or are we just gonna tone police, dude? Like, are we just gonna like look at my words now? Like, sure, like we would.
So
hope
that's not
it's consensual.
not
why I
tone
say I gotta
policing.
do a little more research.
That's not tone policing. That's just like pointing out like specifically like an equivocation of the words that you're using in order to try to make yourself seem like you're more reasonable than you are. But anyways, no. So we shouldn't assume that it's consensual. You'd have to demonstrate with evidence that it was consensual. And if you're telling me that you don't have any evidence that it was consensual, by default it would be unconsensual. I'd also like to just point out here that we actually have evidence that it was unconsensual, because in the beginning of the clip that you just listened to, he didn't say that they allowed him in. He said that he allowed himself in. And then there's also an implicit social contract that exists inside of any private women's only space, like a bathroom or dressing room. And that implicit social contract would be the fact that only women or girls are allowed inside. Like, this is why you can't just walk into a woman's dressing room at the Kohl's or the women's locker room at the gym. So because of that implicit social contract, the fact that he didn't say that they allowed him in, but rather the fact that he said that he allowed himself.
Oh, that's a little hypocritical from the left, but that's besides the point. Like I said, I'm just gonna have to do a little more research.
But like, what else would you need to know?
Honestly, it sounds. I just want to know if it was consensual with the women, and then I want to know if it actually was.
But we already know enough in order to understand that it wasn't.
Because he said he walked in. That's your evidence?
Yeah, yes, because he said that he allowed himself to barge in and then he walked in, yes.
Like, we don't know what happened after that. I think it's just too much of not knowing to consider him.
We know that he then looked at them when they had no clothes on.
I mean, did he say that in the podcast?
Yes.
Yeah, and that all goes back to if it was consensual or not, and we don't know that. Well, at least I don't. You might.
Wait. We know that it wasn't consensual because of the implicit social contract.
That's not true.
It is true because of point number one, you don't have any evidence that it was consensual. Point number two, the implicit social contract.
That's why I said I gotta just look into it, dude.
Dude, stop talking. The reasons why we know it's unconsensual is because point number one, you don't have any evidence that it was consensual. Point number two, the implicit social contract that exists inside of private women's only spaces that implies that we are only consenting for women to come in. Point number three, the fact that he didn't say that they allowed him in, but rather the fact that he explicitly said he allowed himself in. He can't consent for them via what he said it was unconsensual. And then point number four, the fact that we have victim testimony from people like Mariah Belgado in 1997, who said he just walked in and looked at me naked and said, "Don't worry, ladies, I've seen it all before." Or Miss Arizona in 2001 that says, "I was back stage in my dressing room changing and I was naked and he just barged in on me and looked at me." Or the other three unnamed teens from 1997, or Miss Vermont in 1997. So because of these four data points, we definitely do know that it was unconsensual. So do you accept that it was unconsensual, or do you have some type of counter argument against it?
Well, if you'd stop muting me, we can actually have a conversation.
Well, it's not my fault you interrupted me. If you stop intruding upon my boundaries and interrupting me, maybe we could have a conversation. So go ahead and respond to those 4 points. Stop.
Well, how about you just keep it short?
Oh, sorry. Do you need crayon on paper? I'm sorry. I can't facilitate to your desires here. I'm just going to go ahead and ask you to respond to the 4 arguments that I gave you.
Like, is this all the left has?
Facts?
Anyways.
Yes. Facts are all the left has. Yes, you're right. Thanks.
This is real hypocritical of the left actually.
Oh, is this where you start talking about trans people to deflect and pivot away?
I mean, I could, but we could. I mean, you don't have to pivot, but I could say that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, you definitely then prove that you're actually okay with trans women going inside the women's restroom, since you're the one equivocating that to Donald Trump going inside of these women's dressing room, and you're okay with Trump doing it. Therefore, you'd be okay with them doing it too. But of course, point number 2, no, these two things are not identical. And point number 3, yes, that would be a pivot. So I'd ask you kindly to please address the 4 arguments in which I gave to you to demonstrate that we know it was unconsensual. If you'd like me to repeat those 4 arguments because they stunned you, they gridlocked you, they gagged you, and now you've completely forgot about them because now you're just thinking about how you're going to pivot and run away from them, feel free to ask and I will clarify. But I do want you to respond to all 4.
Yeah, and for an easy answer, it's just I don't know too much about this. Like if we talk about anything else, we could go into it, but like this specific thing, like him walking into, like, according to you, teenage dressing rooms. Like, I've never heard of this before, so I really just got to look into it.
Oh, so did you know that the statement, I got to look into it, actually doesn't address any of the 4 arguments I gave you?
Oh, did you know that basically what I said is I don't know too much about it to address it?
Oh, so you're basically saying you don't have any type of counter argument to the positions that I gave to prove it was unconsensual. Therefore, as it stands, it was unconsensual?
I mean, I don't know that it was unconsensual.
Wait, you do know it's unconsensual because I gave you 4 arguments to
true.
prove it that you couldn't refute. Typically, when somebody gives an argument to prove something that you can't refute, okay, it's true.
How am I supposed to refute something I know nothing about?
Okay, so you're basically saying you know no information that would demonstrate otherwise, but you do know information to demonstrate this. Like, you do know the information to demonstrate it was unconsensual because I told it to you. Because I played it for you. Because I showed it to you. But you're just saying that you don't know any information to demonstrate that it was consensual. So in other words, basically what you're saying is you have a lot of evidence that it was unconsensual. You have no evidence that it was not unconsensual, yet you are not going to believe that it was unconsensual. See, this is like, you know what? I won't even say that. I won't even take it there. To be kinder than what I was going to say, this is fucking disgusting. This type of logic is what gets women and girls raped. This type of logic is why every single woman and girl I know in my life has a story to tell. Okay?
Wow.
It's the game that men play of not believing them, regardless of how much evidence exists to prove that it happened. You could hear the man that perpetuated the sexual violence towards the contestants in Miss Teen USA, Miss USA admit to it. You could hear the corroborating victim testimony that the individuals in which he did it to, right, align with his admission of guilt. And you'll still say, I don't know enough to know that it happened. I need to do more research. What research could possibly be required? I've shared with you everything, and I could share with you more. Like, do you want me to like screen share the testimony of the people that this happened to? Do you want me to play the audio clip another 10 times? Dude, you're just denying reality because you're an obtuse POS who does not care about
first
facts
off, I
and
haven't
only cares about
denied
engaging
anything.
and cult-like behavior surrounding your support for Trump.
Yeah. Cult-like behavior. Wow.
Okay, so you haven't denied anything. So do you explicitly affirm that it was unconsensual?
No. That's not like me saying it didn't happen either, though. Like,
so if you don't explicitly affirm that it was unconsensual, then you deny the explicit affirmation that it was unconsensual.
no, I believe it could be. It could have been.
Okay, so do you accept it or do you not accept it?
As of right now, I'd probably say I just don't know too much about this. Like, I just don't know to speak on it.
So, I mean, something can either be true or false. Is it true that you accept it, or is it false that you accept it?
Yeah, I just don't know how to answer that.
Yeah, so I got you in a stun lock with the laws of logic, buddy. You know,
it's not a stun lock.
Yeah,
I'm just like, I'm not too sure about this case.
So it's the third classical law of logic. A proposition is either true or false. Okay? And I'm asking you, is it explicitly true that you affirm that this happened? Or is it explicitly not true that you affirm that this happened? It's one or the other.
It's like, dude, no, it's kind of in the middle because I just don't know enough to speak on this. Like,
Okay.
I'm going to actually look into this because.
So the third
'cause I don't-
classical law of logic says it can't be in the middle. There's nothing in the middle. It's either true or not true. There's no in the middle. It's either true
Well, I
that you
hope it's not
explicitly
true,
affirm
and
it,
I'm gonna-
or it's either not true that you explicitly affirm it. It's one or the other.
Yeah, like I said, I'd hope it's not true. And I'm just have to
But
look
that's
into it.
not the question that I'm asking you, because remember, hope means what you wish were the case, not what you have reason to believe were the case. So I'm going to explain this to your small fucking pea-sized brain, disingenuous hack brain once again. The third classical law of logic is
This
the
is the
law
violent-
of the excluded middle. The law of the excluded middle states that a proposition is either true or false, and that there's no middle ground. That's why it's called the law of the excluded middle. So a true dichotomy, right, would be a set of two options where it is either necessarily true that option 1 is correct, or it is necessarily true that option 2 is correct. That's what a true dichotomy is. Now, an example of a true dichotomy would be the fact that it is either necessarily true that you explicitly affirm it was unconsensual, or you do not explicitly affirm that it was unconsensual. Which one is it? There's no third option.
Based off from what you've told me, it seems that it was unconsensual. But that's only based off of what you told me. Like, if I go and do my own research, I'd look at everything, and I could have a different conclusion after that.
Okay, so based off of everything I told you, it is true it was unconsensual.
Based off of what you told me.
Oh, so now you're trying to do what is called an appeal to ignorance. So this is when you try to.
Dude, I've told you that.
So this is a logical fallacy. It's called the appeal to ignorance. So basically, what you're saying is like, although I only have evidence that it is true, it was unconsensual, there could potentially exist evidence that it is not unconsensual. Therefore, I'm going to appeal to my ignorance surrounding this potential evidence that could exist to refute that it was unconsensual.
I'm not trying to refute that it was unconsensual. I'm just saying, this is my first time hearing about this.
So as it stands, the only evidence that exists is evidence that suggests it was unconsensual.
As it stands, yeah.
Okay. And then you said you have to go look more into it?
Yeah, I mean,
okay, so go on pause
I've
and
never heard
go
of
on
this.
go on pause and look more into it right now on live.
You're gonna kick me, dude.
No, I'm not going to kick you. I'm going to thank my donors. You're going to run away on your own, though, probably.
Why would I do that? If I find evidence against it, I'll tell you.
Okay, so then go on pause and go find the evidence. Go pull up a laptop. Go on Google. Do something. Because you're getting fucking clowned right now.
Not really. I mean, how am I supposed to argue against something I'm just now hearing
Well,
about?
I'm literally telling you to like go find any evidence that it was unconsensual. Like what could that evidence even look like? Like you heard him admit to it, dude. Like holy fuck, Jesus. Do something. Like do something. Come on, this is a debate. Do something. Go find evidence. Go do anything. Something. Like come on.
Okay, bet. Give me 5.
Okay, go on pause. Go on Google. Find evidence. While I was doing that, we're going to bring someone else up. Before we bring someone else up, I'm just going to thank a couple people here. BC, thank you so much for the $50 over on YouTube's YouTube Studio, YouTube Super Chat. Thank you. Thank you so much for the love, BC. I want to see 500 BCWs down below in that comment section. Thank you so much for the love. BC with a 50 says, quote unquote, I'm not sure I'm worried about her age, end quote. We're off to a great start in 2026. MAGA is ready to defend Trump from PDs. Yep, thank you for the $50, BC. Everybody, please show some love to BC down below in that comment section. Seriously, that is kind of you. And oh my God, Ava, thank you for the $110 over on Venmo. Jesus, Ava, that is so fucking kind of you. I do not deserve that. I want to see 1,000 Ava W's for the $110 down below in that comment section. Ava with a 110 says, Happy New Year, Dean. Excited to keep watching in 2026. Well, Ava, I'm really happy that you are excited to watch the streams. I wouldn't be too excited right now myself. This conversation's terrible. But thank you so very much for the $110. Thank you a billion times over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. W's to Ava all around, the MVP, the absolute GOAT. As well as Marianne, thank you for the $20, who says, gratitude to you, Dean, for being laser direct in reason in a sea of fools. I try my best, Marianne. Thank you for the $20. Let's get 200 Marianne W's and then 100 Ben W's. Thank you so much. Who says, quote unquote, doing my own research is wild when it means ignoring the homework you were just handed. Yeah, like, dude, I just gave him the evidence and it's like, oh, you know, close your eyes, close your ears, appeal to your own ignorance and you'll win the debate. Embarrassing. And then Anonymous. First and foremost, I wanted to thank you for your $50 donation. Anonymous with a $50 says, I was great by a stranger this past Tuesday. I'm afraid to tell anybody because I'm pretty sure no one in this stupid red town will believe me. You know who you are? Shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you just want someone to talk about it with. You certainly don't have to. Okay? I'm not like... If you want someone to talk about it with, shoot me a DM on Instagram. All right? You know who you are. I'm really sorry that happened to you. And I honestly just don't know anything else that I could offer you in this moment. If you want someone to talk to about it, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll respond. Genuinely. I legitimately will. I'm really, really sorry that happened to you. I would also like to thank Catherine for the $20 over on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Catherine. I'm going to go keep your message to myself. Thank you for the $20. As well as, hey, Patsy. Thank you so much for another $50 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Patsy. Patsy with another 50 says... here's another 50 for continuously dealing with people like Steve. Oh my God, every day, all day. It's just unbearable. Thank you so much for the love. Please show some love to Patsy down below in that chat. Thank you so much. As well as Lee. I'm going to call you Lee. Lee, thank you so much for the $20 over on Venmo. It says it's crazy how Trump supporters would rather look like PDF files just to defend Trump. Yeah, dude, they'll defend Trump literally to the ends of the earth. As well as Ashley. Thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. Ashley with a $10 says, for once, I will actually allow you to be fully transparent about what I write. By the way, thank you for always respecting my privacy when asked. Yes, of course, Ashley. Maybe there's another message that is referenced to. If there is, make sure to ping me under it. But thank you for the $10. Also, Sammy, thank you for the $20 over on Venmo. Says, I love your lives, but it's so hard hearing guys like this. I don't understand how you stay sane. I don't. I'm like, people like this like make me crack slowly over time. Like oh God, I'm like this close to just no longer talking to people like this guest. But I'm afraid if I do that, then we're not going to be able to raise awareness around how many people like this guest fucking exists in order to push.
Yeah, so basically what I've seen is that...
One moment. I'm not done thanking my donors. Catherine, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo.
Okay,
Says,
bro.
Steve. Abigail, thank you so much for the $15 over on Venmo. And yes, Abigail, I just read your message. I will check out your edit. Thank you for the $15. Show some love to Abigail. Candace, thank you for the $15 who is over on Venmo, who says, Happy New Year's, Dean. Taking the country on one moron at a time. It's not only comical, but it's uplifting as heck to see you prove I'm wrong. Well, thank you for the $15, Candace. And Lauren, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo, who said, oh, Lauren, what's your TikTok? I can help unmute you if you want. And then Valerie, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. He says, I might have missed it, but I heard a little talk about Trump being an accomplice to infanticide. Yes, Lake Michigan, the Epstein files. I really want to get the corroborating evidence from the FBI's investigation into the matter released, and I really hope that it is. Thank you for the $20, Valerie. Show some love to Valerie in that chat. Adriana, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. I gotcha. Rachel, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Says, for giving a voice to the voiceless. Well, thank you for the $10, Rachel. Aaron, thank you for the $15 as well. And I think I did thank you earlier. Thank you so much, Aaron. We have some new ones as well, like Emily. Thank you for the $20 over on Venmo. Just saying another donor to silence the guest for longer. Whoa. Thank you for the thank you for the $20, Emily. Show some love to Emily. Crystal, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. And Crystal, I am going to go ahead and keep your message to myself. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the guest is making you feel that way. And you're just completely valid in your feeling. I'm sorry that any victim has to hear this shit. Thank you for the $15. As well as Jade.
What?
Thank you so much for the $10 as well over on Venmo. I appreciate that, Jade. And then a couple more people here. Let's see. Over on PayPal, Kai, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much for the love. I'm also going to go and keep that one to myself. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that one. Kai, thank you so much for the $5. Carrie, thank you so much for the $25 over on PayPal. And point number one, Carrie, I'm really happy I'm really happy that this streams can help you out. I'm going to keep vast majority of your message to myself. Just know that I really appreciate you. Know that I thank you for your love, and know that I'm sorry that happened to you. Thank you so much, Carrie. AZ, thank you so much for the $15 over at PayPal, who says, I love your streams and you deserve some ice cream after last night. Thank you for the love, AZ. Show some love to AZ. Caitlin, thank you for the 5. Jordan, thank you for the 3. Another Caitlin, thank you for the 10. That is Kailyn. Show some love to Caitlin. Then Peggy with a 5. Amy with a 10, who says, a masseuse can't even be licensed in Florida until 18 years old, and they have to be licensed by law as far as I can tell. Oh, so earlier when you're saying that I'm woke for caring about masseuses being under the age of 18, I guess Florida is the most woke state in the U.S. And this means that Donald Trump broke the law. I'd also like to thank Molly for the $10, who says, this guess is why we choose the bear. Disgusting, completely disgusting. Dwayne, thank you so much for the $14 over on PayPal, who says, caller might be a predator, as he doesn't care what age they are. No wonder why he sports Speedo. Thank you for the $14, Dwayne. Miriam, thank you for the $10. And Abby, thank you for the $10. Huge shout out to Miriam and Abby down below. Looks like we're all caught up over on PayPal and Venmo, over on YouTube Super Chat. Nolan, thank you for the $10. Appreciate you so much for the love, and I will continue ripping into them. Lack, thank you for the 10 Australian dollars. Graham, thank you for the $10. I'm sorry that you stepped on a bag of needles, Graham. Please go to the hospital. Seriously, get checked for everything. I'm being dead ass. If you haven't done that already, do that. And it looks like we're all caught up. Guess, go ahead.
Yeah, so first of all, I don't know how I'm making anyone feel any type of way. That's pretty weird. But anyways, based on what I've seen is that Trump said that he went into Miss USA, like basically the women, not the teen, and his justification was because he was inspecting the place.
So the further research that you did was what? Because in the clip that I played you, he said he was inspecting it.
Also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation.
Dude, you showed me this clip.
So you have done that. Now, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes.
So I gave you like 10 minutes to go do like any further research, to
That
find
was
any further
hardly 10
information
minutes.
slash evidence. And you just came back to me with something that you already knew Donald Trump said because I played it for you in the original clip that you said you had to go and get more information about.
Yeah, maybe I just forgot that I was in the clip. But yeah, if he's like, if it's women, first off, it's a big difference if it's teen than it's women. And then it sounds like it's consensual, and he's looking, and he's going in, and he's just
What makes it
inspecting the
sound like it's
place.
consensual?
Because like obviously, if they're like he walks in there, they tell him to get out. He's gonna like, oh my bad, like what?
Oh, so you're saying because they didn't explicitly tell him to leave? Well, actually, point number one, they don't need to explicitly say that because it's implied via the fact that it's a private women's only space. Like if you were to go to your local gym and walk into the women's dressing room, changing room, would a woman in that space need to explicitly tell you to leave in order for your presence inside of that space to be unconsensual? No.
Well, I think there's like
Because
measures to go around
there's an
that. Like
implied
example,
social
like
contract that men would not be allowed inside of that space. So I'm happy that I could set that argument down. And then second of
okay,
all,
obviously
there's a really
I
like
wouldn't be able to
there's
go.
like really clear reasons why they didn't explicitly tell him to leave, okay? And like these clear reasons are actually one of the big reasons why it's sexually exploitive. He owned the pageant. He furthered their careers. He signed their paychecks. Okay? He held not only a position of authority over them as the owner of the pageant that they were getting ready to compete at. Maybe if they told him to leave, he wouldn't let them compete. Okay? But then he also held on to a position of authority as the arbiter of their income and the furtherer of their careers. Maybe if they told him to leave, right, their careers wouldn't be furthered. And on top of that, if this man is willing to infringe upon the implicit social contract that existed in this space by ignoring the red warning signs, this is a private women's only space, no men allowed, what would give them confidence that he wouldn't just also ignore them explicitly telling him to leave? Which would then also increase the likelihood of them becoming a target beyond his unconsensual gaze, but rather turning into unconsensual conduct. What if
All right, dude,
what
how are
if
we
he
gonna have a
became
conversation?
violent and hurt him because of that? And see, these are the thoughts.
Dude,
okay?
you just go on monologues, bro. This isn't even a conversation anymore. Then when I try to speak, you just mute me. Like what?
I didn't even mute you. I let you finish speaking, then I started to respond. And that wasn't a monologue because every single word that I said there was incredibly valuable. Every single one. Okay? I went over, right, the reasons why it would make sense for them, right, not to say anything to them, why they didn't say anything to him, because of the position of power that he held as the arbiter of their careers, as the owner of that pageant. What if he kicked them out? What if he told no one else to allow them to compete at their pageants? What if he didn't pay them, so on and so forth? Alongside the reasonable assumption that violence could occur and targeting could occur if they were to say, no, you're not allowed in here, due to the fact that he was already willing to violate that consent by walking into the space in the first place. What would he be willing to do to them if they spoke up? Okay, and like these are very like normal experiences for victims of like this type of treatment to have. And no, they don't have to explicitly tell him to get out in order for his presence in that space to be unconsensual, because that is an implicit social contract that exists in all private women's only spaces.
Dude, it sounds just like there's nothing concrete here. It just like sounds like what they're saying, what Trump's saying. It's like this isn't getting anywhere. It's just so like
what I'm saying is so concrete that every reasonable person agrees with me. Do you consider yourself to be reasonable?
Dude, if every reasonable person believed
answer my question.
Trump wouldn't be in the Oval Office right now.
Do you consider yourself to be reasonable?
What do you mean by reasonable?
Okay, we'll just skip to the end question. Do you agree that if you were to walk into the women's locker room at a public gym and then look at the women, it would be unconsensual, even if they didn't tell you to get out?
Well, I mean, with the measures that what happened with this, like specifically with Trump, when you own the place and you're saying you're inspecting it, well, I think that's totally different than just walking in there and just perping on women, naked women.
Okay, so when he said that it was an inspection, he wasn't being serious. That was just his
Oh
and his
my
cover-up for
God.
looking at them while they were naked. And like even the other people on the Howard Stern radio show recognized this.
This is
But
your evidence, bro.
But this is no, I'm actually
Really?
I'm getting ready to steel man your argument right now if you shut the fuck up. Okay? Because the next words out of my mouth were gonna be, even if we assume that he was seriously inspecting that space, let me ask you a question. If you were the male owner of a business and you had female employees that were using the bathroom at that business, and you seriously went in there to inspect it, you seriously opened up their stall to inspect the toilet they were using, and then you seriously looked at their genitalia so you could see the inside of the toilet bowl under their genitalia, would you argue that that was not sexual exploitation?
In that very like specific case, well then no, I wouldn't say that it was like a serious like inspection. But we actually don't know.
Oh! It's not a serious inspection if a male owner of a business goes into a private women's only space to quote unquote inspect that space while there's naked women inside. Isn't that exactly what Trump did?
No, when
Wait,
you
what's
make
the
it so
difference?
specific. Yeah, like
What's the
first off, there's
difference?
so much.
What's the difference?
If you who's cutting who off now?
Well, I mean,
dude?
why just tell us what's the difference?
First off, there's a lot of things that we don't know. We don't
No,
know
no, no, no,
exactly
no, no.
what
What's the
happened
difference?
when he got in there. Oh my god, bro! Like I can't mute you back. Like,
Oh, you're following a 13-year-old.
bro, what?
Wait, let me like verify that that screenshot's real. Like, I have no reason to doubt it. Just on the tip of my fingers. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, what 13-year-old
You're
am I following?
You're
What?
following a 13-year-old girl.
Who?
So earlier when he said that he wouldn't mind if a 12-year-old girl rubbed his naked body, I think now we know the reason why he wouldn't mind.
All right, this obviously
Because
isn't true.
this adult is following a 13-year-old girl. Yeah, he's gone. Why is like every single like man that joins this stream, I won't say every single man, because the first man that joined the stream today that was a Trump supporter actually left the live not being a Trump supporter because of this topic. So I won't say every single one. I'll check myself on that. Why are a lot of the men that join the stream to support Trump just like end up being like that? Like, that's insane, dude. So these lives have gone from a space where we're supposed to like debate about the state of this country and its governance into like almost just being like Chris Hansen type shit. I'm not Gideon. I'm not Chris Hansen. That's just not me, guys. I'm a political debater. Like, why? What, dude? Hello. Do you support Trump? Hello? No, he's not even here. Yeah, bro. We're gonna have to start asking a clarifying question to every Trump supporter before we start debating them. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 13. I just have a...
I'm sorry, dude. You got to be at least 18 to join the live. Moving on to the next guest, Mike. Tiffany, thank you so much for the $15 over on PayPal, who says, was a Republican my whole life, mostly because my fam was, and I was madly ignorant. Trump is someone who I always hated, but I finally jumped ship. Good shit, Tiffany. I'm proud of you. Show some love to Tiffany down below in that chat. I'm super fucking proud of you. As well as Joshua. Thank you for the $20 and the 26 cents on PayPal, who says, Happy New Year's, Dean. I listen to you every day at work. I've been with you and Parker since the days when Parker was teaching you how to debate. Yo, you've been watching us for years, dude. Thank you for the $20, Joshua, and the $10, Tiffany. Show some love to Joshua and Timothy down below in that chat. And then Kiana, thank you for the $10 on PayPal, who says, I don't understand how these POS guests can defend what the POS said on that show. It's because they are a lot like him, for lack of better words. Asher, thank you for the $15 over on PayPal. I appreciate you for the love. And Asher, I will be keeping your message to myself, and I just know that I'm incredibly sorry that happened to you. All right, thank you for the love, you guys. Let's go to get that next Trump supporter loaded up into the box right now. Make sure that you're following the rules. I'd really appreciate it if you would. By the way, the Grapus is back in the queue. Remember the Grapus that we had on last night? He's back in the queue. And I just thought I'd clarify. No, he's not going to be let up. I just wanted to let you know. Like, he's not going to ever come back up on this live stream. Ever. Okay? All right? Hear me when I say that. He'll never come back up. I just wanted to let y'all know he's in the fucking queue again. God. Birds of a feather. Hi. Do you support Trump?
No, but I just want to say thank you.
I'm sorry. The moment you said no, I took my finger off the disconnect button and I kicked you because we're only looking for Trump supporters. But in retrospect, if I could replay that moment, I would have allowed you to finish that sentence. But just know that I'm grateful for you. And regardless of what you're going to thank me for, thank you. And have a good rest of your night. Moving on to the next guest right now, y'all. Hello, do you support Trump, Julie? No, Julie's not here. Moving on, guys. Only op inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. If you are not an American adult that supports Trump as president, you're going to get banned. So, quite frankly, hello, do you support Trump?
I just want to say that you saved my life because I was personally scared of men after something that happened to me. And I started watching your debates and I realized that not all men are like that. And this was 2 nights before I was going to kill myself. I'm sorry if that gets you like flagged or anything.
That I do have to remove you because you can't say that on TikTok, but hey. I didn't save your life. Don't let anybody else take the blame for your own accomplishment. You saved your own life. And I'm proud of you for that. And you should be too. You should be very proud of yourself. And I hope you have a great rest of your night. We all love you. What's going on, Scott? Do you support Trump?
Hey, thanks for having me up. Yeah, yes, I do.
How old are you?
28.
28? Perfect. So why do you support Trump?
Primarily economic policy.
Which ones, Mr. Scott? Have we debated before?
I've been up on this. Yeah, I've been up on this panel, I think once. Maybe twice. I'm pretty sure just once, though.
Well, I usually only talk to people once. How long ago?
Probably a month and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Scott, it's too frequent ago. Like, it wasn't long enough ago for like A, much to change in Donald Trump's economic policy, and B, for me not to remember it. Those are like, when I'm like determining if I want to debate somebody who I've already debated, I first like ask like, what was the substance of our last conversation compared to what you want to talk about this time, and what has like changed since. So because there hasn't been any massive upsets in his economic policy in the last month and a half, it would have just been a copy and paste of the last conversation we had. Okay, everyone in the chat is spamming year 13. Nathan, are the allegations true?
Dean.
Definitely are. You have a good rest of your day. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. I'd really appreciate if you follow the rules. Allegations were true. So true. Okay, all right, here we go. We got Mark loaded up into the box, y'all. Follow the rules, please. Hey, by the way, if you're watching and you want to support me, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, as well as in the pinned message on the YouTube channel. I get 100% of those proceeds. You could attach a message, and I could read it off on live. Hello, do you support Trump?
Yes. How do you feel about the Charlie Kirk assassination?
Well, you'll never know because you're kicked because you gotta be at least 18 to be on TikTok live. 14 and a half, quite frankly. Batsy, thank you for the galaxy. Somebody in the comment section said he's following kids. Yeah, no shit. He was like 14. Like what? Hey, what's up? Do you support Trump? Batsy, thank you for the galaxy. Hello? Nope, Mark's not here. Moving on to James. I'm still giggling over that. Hi, do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
20.
20. Ooh. Why do you just say it like so condescendingly? You're like 20. But anyways, sorry. Mike's
I'm
yours.
sorry, bro. I wasn't trying to be condescending.
Nah, bro, you good. You're
sometimes,
good. Tell us-
sometimes I just come off like that.
Why do you support Trump?
Can I start with a question to ask you?
Yeah, that's fine.
what is the purpose of the American government?
Well, there's many purposes, but in like a sentence or less, to
Like,
organize the interests of the American constituents to more effectively act and legislate on them.
would you agree that another main purpose of that would be to protect the inalienable rights of U.S. citizens?
Well, yes, because that would be in the interests of the constituents.
Okay. All right,
Just to
I
protect their
agree.
rights. Yeah.
So my question for you is, what ways do you see that he has infringed on that? And I'm open to, I like Socratic dialogue. So once I hear a good point,
Inalienable
I'm open to
rights.
listen. Yeah.
Well, that first hinges on what you think an inalienable right would be. Do you think that like an inalienable right of a citizen would be their citizenship?
Would be their citizenship an inalienable right of a citizen if they are already a citizen? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so wow, okay. Then I could like legitimately give you a undeniable instance of Donald Trump infringing on the inalienable rights of citizens. Because Executive Order number 14160 tried to take citizenship away from citizens. Executive Order number 14160 is when he infringed on the 14th Amendment of our Constitution and tried to argue that the children born to undocumented immigrants on American soil aren't citizens when they've had that right guaranteed to them by the Constitution since 1868.
And okay, let me
Also,
look this
the
up.
mouth sounds and the chewing, we'd prefer if it's
Sorry, bro. Let me take my gum out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy that I told you, or else you would have been chewing the whole time you're up here. Then I would have been asking myself, what the fuck is he eating? No, you're just chewing gum. Go ahead.
It's Nicorette, man. So it was Executive Order 141. What was the number? 1410?
Number 14160.
Order 14160. Executive Order 14160, signed by President Trump on January 20th, 2025, titled Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship, aims to limit birthright citizenship by directing federal agencies to deny citizenship documents to children born in the U.S. where the mother was unlawfully present or on temporary visa. It's currently blocked by legal challenges. Yeah, so that was unlawful. That was the judiciary did not let that pass, did they?
Yeah, because it was Trump trying to infringe on the inalienable rights of U.S. citizens. Like, that's why. Because what question did you ask me? You said, Dean, can you give me an example of Trump infringing on the inalienable rights of U.S. citizens? And I gave one to you.
You did. I appreciate that.
Of course.
I appreciate that. What was his reasoning behind doing that? Like, if you had to guess what his political reasoning behind doing that was, I don't know. I would love to hear your answer.
Yeah, xenophobia. I mean, I think that he's a very xenophobic person. Like, honestly, out of like all like the icks that he that he fulfills, xenophobic is honestly probably the biggest. He is so crude and cruel to immigrants. He lies about them all the time. He says that they're violent criminal felons. He says that they're all members of a gang. He says that they've all escaped mental institutions and asylums. In the furtherance of identifying them as an enemy, to like build a unifying cause for his base, which is also the fourth tenet of fascism. And this kind of helps in that. So now that he's identified them as the enemy, he can like justify infringing on their rights by taking their citizenship away. So then he doesn't have as much recourse when attempting to like send them to a torture prison in El Salvador where they're beaten, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if they are seeking asylum and they come through the port, you know, they should be given asylum. That's what I think about that.
Well, that's good, but like we're not even really talking about asylum.
We're just talking about if you're a citizen or your parents were illegal came here illegally, but you were born in the U.S. You do have a right to be here legally. So
Yeah.
he was trying to infringe on that. All right, I accept that. I do have a question for you about social policy.
Yeah, one moment. Like 3 people in the chat are
You
spamming
good?
that the guest follows kids. Guys, if the guest is following kids, feel free to take a screenshot of that and send it in a private ticket in my Discord. Y'all already know the drill. I have it open up on the right hand side of my phone screen. Sorry, computer screen. Go ahead.
Bro, what? I'm not. What?
Yeah, if you're not following kids, don't worry. I'll be the first to tell the guest, to tell the chat to like only say that if it's true. But if you are following kids, that will be proven with a screenshot through a ticket on my Discord. Just because your following list is public, it's right there. It's super easy to prove. So this is
Right.
something that I do.
I mean,
require
but
proof
I'm
for.
not like actively following people on. All right, whatever.
Yeah. If you're not following kids, you have nothing to worry about. That's a good reduction.
Dude, I can promise you, I'm not like purposely following kids.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just go ahead for now.
Bro. So my question for you on economic policy is like, what do you think about like welfare programs? Like, do you think it should be targeted or more universal? Like,
depends on the program.
I don't know, like housing.
Housing?
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's actually something I haven't really put too much thought in. Like I like to be honest when I don't know too much about something. I don't think I know enough about like housing in order to give you like a super complex argument like for a particular belief. You know? Like I think like my whole brand is like the promotion of like constructing your beliefs predicated on like reason, thought, and logic. And I don't really know if I have like enough like good reason, and I haven't like thought about this enough to like give you a particular belief. But I could kind of give you I could express my emotions to you, right? It's like
can I
one of
start?
my emotions is that like people shouldn't be unhoused, right? I think that people should have housing. But what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to tell us why you support Trump as president.
Probably I do like tariffs. I like the idea of tariffs. We used tariffs a while ago, and I think it's good for domestic production and targeting domestic production rather than foreign buying foreign goods and outsourcing because it's cheaper, and then you're not getting those things in America, you know.
Wait. So you're saying that you think that tariffs will like upholster like American manufacturing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like, if we put a tax on something.
We've just seen the opposite in the last year, right? Like American manufacturing is like not been worse off in a very long time. We have like single-handedly this year the most declared manufacturing bankruptcies that we have had since the pits of the Great Recession in 2007 through 2009. We also have 1.3 million layoffs, which is the highest level of recorded layoffs in any given fiscal year since the peak of the pandemic in 2020. Not to mention, we have the highest level of unemployment that we have had in 5 years. So manufacturers in this country are like performing terrible right now. They're closing their doors. They're firing their employees. They're getting less investment per the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis. And that's just the outcome of his tariffs. That's the outcome of his economic policy. It's created instability in the market. It is, promoted market uncertainty. It has led end consumers to save much more of their money. That's why in the first quarter of this year, the GDP went down by a lot, which has then led to a lot of businesses shutting their doors. And then when that is compounded by the mass deportation, things only get worse because now not only is there more market instability, now not only are like the raw materials that a lot of like smaller companies use more expensive because they're produced outside of America, not only are like Americans saving more of their money because their economic outlook and performance is lower, but then these companies are also struggling to like find labor because our government is deporting their laborers.
So why do you think that would cause the manufacturers to struggle though if we're trying to prevent people outsourcing goods and incentivize, buying
a lot of that
goods from the
outsourcing, a
manufacturer.
lot of that outsourcing falls down to raw materials that our companies use. Like at the end of the day, plus they just fuck with the market. They create uncertainty, and uncertainty is just not an attractive market to invest in. And this is why, for the first time in 3 years, after a massive boom in business investment, it's going down for the first time in a long time.
Okay. All right. I mean, that makes sense. I definitely would have to do more research on it. I'm not an expert.
I mean, it's a topic that is like, it's really hard to understand. Okay, like economics aren't like like crystal clear. Like I could do some more research on it too. We all could, because it's incredibly nuanced, it's incredibly intricate, and it's never as simple as anyone makes it seem.
Okay. My last question, or I have two more questions for you. I know that you are maybe more progressive, but most Democrats in the House still support capitalism with stronger social programs. Would you say that you still support capitalism to an extent?
Oh, yeah. Yes. So I'm a social democrat, which means inevitably the economic system that I do support is capitalism. It's just a variation of capitalism that I believe to be the most fair. So I'm not a level.
It would be capitalism, but higher taxes supporting social programs to allow people to integrate themselves into society.
It's basically like capitalism with smart restrictions, taxation where needed, and really good social safety nets, basically.
Okay. I agree with that. All right, my last question. It's just an interesting question. What is one good thing that you could say about President Trump?
Well, honestly, this kind of seems like an interview, a little bit less like a debate. One good thing I could say about Trump is I sometimes appreciate that he speaks his mind, so he doesn't leave people second guessing about what he thinks and how he feels, even though so many Trump supporters deny it all too often. You know, like I appreciate, right, the fact that he just says that, like, for instance, let me think of a good example here. I appreciate the fact that he just says that he's like wants it to be illegal for people to criticize him in the media, right? So instead of like trying to like covertly implement fascism, he's just like, hey guys, I want to be a fucking fascist, you know? But what I don't appreciate the American people for, especially Trump supporters, is like hearing that and then just kind of like turning a blind eye and like being like, oh no, I still support him.
Okay. Well, interesting. I mean, I definitely got a lot to think about. I appreciate that. I'm going to continue studying and learning and figuring out what I believe is right. So I appreciate what you're doing, and have a good rest of your day, man.
Yeah, you too, James. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Only up inside of the cube, you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. And yo, Cinnamon? Yeah, Cinnamon. Cinnamon. Thank you so much for the $140 over on YouTube Super Chat. Fucking hell, Cinnamon. Cinnamon with a 140 Canadian dollars on YouTube Super Chat says, I honestly enjoy how much attention you bring to this and how good you are at what you do. So this is for you. Keep going. Oh my God, dude. I want to see 1,000 Cinnamon W's down below in that live chat. That is seriously so fucking kind of you. You and so many other individuals have been seriously just so kind today. I'm so grateful. I'm so fucking grateful. I'm eternally grateful for just the insane amount of love that y'all continue to show me on a daily basis. Please show some love to Cinnamon down below in that chat for the $140. Also, show some love to Zane for the 5 who says, I love you, bro. Love you too, dude. Jules, thank you so much for the $20 who says your live always has me screaming at these dense idiots through the phone. It's genuinely horrifying how dumb people could be. Yeah. Thank you for the $20, Jules. Let's get 200 Jules W's. Tessa, thank you for the 2. Emma, thank you so much for the 5. Logan with a 5. Sophia with a 5. Grace with a 1 penny. And Kate with a 5. I'd also like to thank Jessica with the $20 who says, I just want to thank you for constantly calling out rape culture. See, the thing is I think it is genuinely one of the largest epidemics that plagues this world. Okay? Every woman I've ever met has a story to tell. Every single one. Imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if every man had a story to tell. Not saying that some men don't. There are victims who are men And they don't matter any less than the victims who are women. But what I'm just simply saying here is imagine if the roles were reversed in the sense, instead of some men having stories and pretty much every woman having a story, to some women having a story and pretty much every man having a story. Okay? Martial law would be declared. Like, there would be governmental sites to report every fucking block. All right? Like we would live in a chaotic, like, apocalypse until the moment there's a generation of men who didn't have a story to tell. I mean, think about it. That's something I was talking about to my girlfriend last night. Think about it. Think about it if the roles were reversed, Ben. Thank you for the $20, Jessica. I'd also like to thank Berkeley for the 50 cents. The join code for Discord's just my name, DEAN. Ariana, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. And thank you so much for the love. I just read your message. Yo, Keenan, thank you so much for the $50 over on PayPal. Oh my God. That is KEANIN. Show some love to Keenan down below in that live chat, y'all. 500 Keenan W's who says, I know that last night was really hard on you, but thank you for giving a voice to so many who felt voiceless. Yeah, that was hard. That was really hard, but I'm happy. I'm happy that I could share the stories that everyone needs to hear. Thank you, Keenan, for the $50. Elena, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal, and I'm happy that I've been able to help you. Thank you, Elena. John, thank you for the 5. Ariana with the 1. Then Kiana, thank you for the 10. Thank you so much. It looks like we're all caught up. If you're watching and you want to support me, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok. Pin message on that YouTube stream and top of the phone screen. And I apologize for having you wait, but Mr. Santana, welcome in. How you doing?
Hey, good. I thought I saw you kind of drugging through the in the box trying to find someone. I figured I'll come up and help you out if you don't mind while you try to actually get some debates.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Plus, I got to go use the restroom here soon, so I appreciate it.
I got you.
What's up? Do you support Trump?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I've said no, but I could pretend to be one because I've been told I got conservative values. I'm like, what? Nah, I don't align with. Nope. Just because.
Okay, dude. I'm happy that you don't support Trump. And you should come up and debate me come midterms, because come midterms, right? We're not just going to be talking about Trump. We're going to be talking about just like general conservatism versus progressivism. Okay. What's up? Do you support Trump, Rants?
For the most part. I'd say like it's pretty 70-30 when it comes down to a lot of his policies. I mainly support him when it comes to tariffs, because of the fact that has, quite frankly, been proven to be successful. And
I think that we've seen the opposite proof in the last 10 months.
That is the immediate smug response that I expected of you. Just a And yeah, no, the simple fact of the matter is that I saw the little hand flip there. Yeah, like we can, like, there is an argument to be made about, like, when it comes down to, like, the morality of them, that is, like, a whole separate issue. But the effectiveness of them, like, morality-wise, like, I, like, think that they are a bit immoral. But the effectiveness of them, like, you can look at the GDP, you can look at the, like, actual numbers. Numbers do not lie. Like, even though I, like, think the dude's a piece of shit and I disagree with him on a lot of his standpoints.
You mean like the numbers that don't lie, that prove they're ineffective, like the highest level of manufacturing bankruptcies since the pits of the Great Recession, or the highest level of unemployment since the peak of the pandemic, or the fact that so far this year we've had 1.3 million layoffs, GDP growth is down by percent, went down first quarter, and every other developed country on the face of planet Earth it went up, or the secondary fact that for the last 3 years under Biden, business investment boomed, Donald Trump implements his tariffs, and then it goes down for 3 quarters straight. You mean those numbers? Because if numbers don't lie, then you shouldn't support his tariffs.
Yes, for about 3 months. And then you actually have the numbers actually begin to take effect. It did create an initial deficit. That is something that, you can talk fast and you can try to take your audience base and you can take it one way or another.
Cornball, what are you doing, dude? Just fucking debate the point. Like, come on.
Well, I am talking the point. All I am stating is the fact that within the first 3 months, yes, there was an initial deficit. It cost us 1.2 billion. Since then, we've made 5 billion. There is no arguing those initial numbers. In fact, I can pull up the, you want me to talk about, which one of those specific issues where the initial deficit within 3 months wound up initially amping up afterwards?
Okay.
Which one of them do you want me to talk about specifically? Because I can also pull up the numbers right now
real
to
quick.
show you where they're at currently.
What numbers?
All right.
What are you talking about? What numbers?
Because of the fact that I was talking about how economically our GDP wound up increasing, and then immediately
increasing.
you were talking about
Wait. GDP growth is down 1% from what it was last year.
Well, according to what I wound up finding off of a simple Google search, it's up 1.8 billion from last year.
You mean 1.8 trillion?
So you mean
do you mean
that
1.8 trillion?
number-
Not 1.8 billion, 1.8 trillion. And yes, so the GDP has gone up, okay? 110%. It's just gone up at a slower rate than it did before the tariffs were implemented.
Correct.
Right. I was wrong. So all you did was prove me right by showing that it has been an economic boom for us.
It hasn't. The point that you're missing is what he just said is if Donald Trump would not have been trying to implement tariffs, then we would have boomed a lot bigger. Like literally Donald Trump made the GDP grow less than it was on track to grow. That doesn't make sense.
That was funny.
Also, Joel, thank you for the 5 cents that you're in the rainforest. Are you in the rainforest?
Am I in the rainforest?
Yeah, they're putting the parrots in the chat as well.
Oh, no, I got pet parakeets.
Got it.
They're just loud little shits.
They're just parrots.
The female, she's been molting, and the male, he's been smelling her pheromones all over the place. So, he's just a horny little bastard.
It's strange. Wow. That's just an interesting way to talk about your birds. But I mean, hey.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen.
literally.
Yeah, Santana, I'm gonna go use the
I got
restroom.
you.
I'm gonna leave
I
you
got
with
you.
him. Feel free to just talk about whatever you want to. Be right back, Chad. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, question for you really quick, Rance. So you're talking about the GDP. You're talking about the actual progression of the country under Trump. Hey, so do you think Donald Trump's tariff policy is beneficial to the country as a whole?
I think that, as somebody whose family specifically works inside of the, factory industry, it has been showing a lot of growth inside of, their income. It has been
It's actually just factually incorrect. Manufacturing is down, but just in general, do you think that his tariff policy is a good thing? Oh, well, damn, chat, what happened? I guess he flew away. Yes, that's a horrible dad joke by me. All right, well, let's see if we can get someone else up here. Guys, only request up if you are a Trump supporter over the age of 18 and you have... Oh, wait, there he is. Got him. He's back.
Yep.
Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get Dean. He's almost at 2 million likes, but let's go ahead and get Dean up to, give him 1 second, up to 3 million likes. And if you'd like to support him, the V and the P is at the top of the screen. You can go ahead and show love. If you're over on YouTube, you can send a super chat. You can show love. Let's go ahead and tap the screen. And like I said, if you want to support, you can do so. He had dropped for a second, so we just got him back in. We were talking about whether he believes the tariffs overall are a good thing.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah,
tariffs. Woo, tariffs all day. Okay, listen.
Percentage.
What is one macroeconomic data point that the tariffs have made better?
And don't say manufacturer because I just I just corrected you on that one.
Just give one.
Well, it's the automation industry. I'm got a lot of family members inside of the automation industry, and when it comes down to them, they've been like
wait. Your family
doing
members,
really well. Like that's
your family members are not a macroeconomic data point. Would you like me to define what a macroeconomic data point is?
Well, a macroeconomic data point is specifically towards one field of media. Me using my family members as a example for a microeconomic data point towards how
a macroeconomic
they have been.
A macroeconomic data
It
point
has been
would be a data
yes,
point.
A macroeconomic data point is specifically towards one specific field. You can talk about one field or another, but when it comes down to it, I'm using my family as examples of a macroeconomic data point as examples towards.
I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it tonight. Maybe I'm just like, like okay.
No,
like,
it was him. It was him. It wasn't you. It was absolutely him.
Can we just like realize that like no, your family's not a macroeconomic data point? Like, but maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need to take a day off. Like, I just like, I'm getting like physically repulsed by people making stupid statements. Maybe that's like when I need to just chill out, you know? When I start getting physically repulsed by people saying stupid shit, I just need to take a break. You know? Because that kind of
we talk to say a lot of stupid shit.
Yeah, it kind of
so
comes
that's
with
a little hard.
Kind of comes with a job, right? You know, kind of comes with a job. So I definitely can't be getting physically repulsed at that. Dylan, what's up? Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Moving on to the next guest, we got Samara loaded up in the box. A couple of people to thank as well. Thank you so much, Rin, for the $15 over on Venmo, who says, thank you for what you do. You've made such a difference in so many lives. Dare I say, the country. You are incredible at what you do. Never stop. Rin, thank you. Thank you for such kind words on top of the $15 donation. Show some love to Rin, Ari, and down below in that chat. Thank you so very much. By the way, guys, we are specifically only looking for Trump supporters. If you're in the queue, if you're in the queue, you have to be a Trump supporter. There's no other option. Hello, Aurora. Do you support Trump?
Sorry, I didn't mean to join.
No worries, Aurora. You have a good rest of your day. Moving on to the next guest right now. We got the next guest loading up into the box. We got Kimmy joining right now, quite frankly. Hello, Kimmy. Do you support Trump or are you banned?
I just wanted to say we did debate a little bit a while back, and you told me to do research about his policies on immigration. And I was the one that told you to talk about Native people more. And I did do my research. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm now on the right side. And I appreciate you for what you do.
That's awesome, Kimmy. Hell yeah. I'm happy that you changed your mind. Fuck yes. But guys, please do keep in mind that we are only looking to talk to Trump supporters, but I'm really happy to hear that you changed your mind. Jesse, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal. I'm going to go and keep my message, or your message to myself, and I'm sorry to hear that. As well as Anna, thank you so much for the $15 on PayPal, who says, thank you for what you said about grape culture. Every single one of my girlfriends I grew up with were graped. Yeah, it's terror. It's something that we don't talk about enough. Thank you for the $15. As well as Mystic. Oh my God. Thank you for the $60 over on PayPal. Holy crap, Mystic. Mystic with a big 60 says, just another TikTok auntie. Proud of everything you do. You give me help for people out there. But after seeing last night's live, please take care of yourself too. You're equally important. And with a healthy you, the more you can help this world. Sending all the good vibes.
Exactly.
Mystic, you are awesome. Thank you for the $60 and the incredibly kind words. Please, I'm going to need everybody watching to show some love to Queen Mystic down below. Hello, do you support Trump? Pastor nap time.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, are you a Trump supporter?
No. I thought this was a firefighter stream, honestly. I wanted to get a sticker, maybe, possibly. Do you have a sticker?
Do I have a sticker?
Yeah. Like a podcast sticker, like a debate sticker or something?
You want a debate sticker?
Yeah.
Wait, what's I'm looking at your account. What's the firefighter method?
Yeah, it's where I get to get firefighter stickers.
Oh!
And sometimes
I've seen you before.
Really?
Yeah. No debate stickers. No debate stickers.
I actually like when you fly in Dean. I don't know if you know this, but did you know that pilots have like trading cards?
Yeah.
You can get like, I always do that. I get like the trading cards from the pilots.
that's that was funny. I've seen TikToks on that before, and it's true. You could just ask them.
Yeah, I do it all the time, and I get them, and I give them to my boys.
Teresa, thank you for the $5 over on PayPal, and thank you for bumping it because you're right, I did miss it. And yeah, hopefully we'll be doing a Q&A soon. Thank you for the $5, Teresa. I'd also like to thank Chloe for the $15. And hey, Chloe, I'm going to keep the first half of your message to myself. The second half reads, thank you for speaking up and believing in women. Chloe, thank you for the $15 donation, and thank you for being here. And hopefully we could all collectively as a society do that more. But it's not a woman's problem, okay? It's a man's problem. So I think men need to speak up more. Hello, Blaine. Do you support Trump?
Hi, this is Blaine's girlfriend. I just have a question about like socialism and capitalism, on like why you support socialism.
Oh, well, I'm not a socialist. I'm not like against socialism necessarily. I just have some small descriptive disputes with it.
Sorry, I took liberties. Listen, guys, Dean is super nice. I'm not, and I'm up here, and I am going to be a bully from this point on. Dean isn't getting any debates, and I'm gonna actually take my uncle hat and put it on my head and cut the shit. If you are not a Trump supporter, if you are not over the age of 18, if you are not a United States citizen, do not get in the box because apparently banning isn't good enough. I will be kicking you. Cut it. Sorry, Dean.
No, you're good. Yeah, well, yes, debates only. Sorry, guys. Hamburger, do you support Trump?
No.
Fucking banned! I said it before he started to speak. That's good. That's good. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be in America to tell that supports Trump. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Dean, I accidentally joined. I'm not 18. Kick me.
we can tell, buddy. Banned. Oh, hey. Yo, Casey. This came in a while ago, but thank you for the $20 over on Venmo. This is talking about Ryan. This was actually from last night. Yeah, I remember reading that. Thank you for bumping that. Thank you. Thank you for the $20, Casey. And thank you for bumping that. Moving on to the next guest, guys. Go ahead and hop inside of that queue. Yo, Jennifer, thank you so much once again for the $10 over on Venmo. And thank you for bumping that as well. You sent this in an hour ago and I missed it. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer with the $10 says, Dean, I used to support Trump. However, after I've consistently watched you, did research, etc., and I no longer do. Keep doing this. You're educating so many people. And thank you. Let's fucking go, Jennifer. Fuck yeah. Oh my God. Thank you for bumping that. Hell yeah. So it sucks. It sucks because inevitably there's like a handful of donations that I won't see on live every night. And I hate that. So for the three of you guys who bumped your donos, thank you, because I'm happy I got to read them. What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yep.
Entrepreneur Liam, how old are you?
I am 25.
And you're an entrepreneur?
Yep.
Very nice, entrepreneur Liam. Do you support Trump because he make you more money?
No. I just wanted to say that you MAGA cookie.
You know what? Based entrepreneur Liam. Based.
Appreciate it.
Moving on to the next guest. Oh shit, you know that shit's going down and Trump is unpopular when we got the money spreaders on our side. You know what I mean? Shit's when we got the young entrepreneurs on our side. Shit's going down, dude. Love that. Fucking love that. Moving on to the next guest, guys. On God, only join the queue if you happen to be a Trump supporter. We literally only have like 15 minutes left on the stream, so please only join the queue if you happen to be a Trump supporter. Hello, do you support Trump?
I do. You're my goat, Dean. I love you so much.
I just shot you a text. Check that person out.
Okay. I mean, I think I've debated them before. I've definitely seen their name in my queue. I don't know if I've debated them before. Guys, we really don't have too much time left, so please cut the crap. Do you want to try to help me get a Trump supporter up in here?
Yeah, I've been looking through, trying to do just that. So.
Yo, fuck you, Dean. Fuck you, Dean. Fuck you, Dean.
Oh,
fuck
Jesus
you.
Christ, Max. Calm it. Calm it, bud. Calm it. You're young. You got room to grow. Okay.
Hey, what's up, buddy? How's it going?
What the fuck do you want, Brock?
Yeah, just letting you know, I spoke to your buddy Matt there earlier today again, and it was quite embarrassing. He just can't really track conversations well. I don't know how to explain it, but
Says you.
he doesn't follow
I've
along.
talked to you like 10 times or more. Chat, has it been more than 10 times? Go ahead, Santana.
Listen,
I have
buddy,
a
I don't
question
think
for
anyone's
Brock.
keeping track.
Brock,
Go
Brock,
ahead.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
question for you. You're super religious, right?
Um,
I mean, every
yeah.
time you and Gage come up, Gage is like, "Oh, I do economics. Brock does religion," right?
Well, I don't know. I was talking to Matt more about that. I don't know. I was trying to have Matt help me out with some questions, but yeah, I'm
Okay,
religious.
but you're a Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, got a question for you. Why is God pro incest?
I'm not too sure.
How do you feel about that? Are you pro incest?
No, I wouldn't be. What about you? Are you?
No, but
Okay,
you
so
hold
yeah,
to
I
the
don't know.
beliefs of the Bible, right?
Listen, man, I don't know. I don't really want to have a debate about that right now. I'm not too fond of that right now.
Well, listen. I mean, again, Dean has said he's already spoken with you like 10 times. I don't think that we're gonna find any other utilization of you except talking about why God is pro incest. You don't find that strange, right? Especially for a group of people that use the Bible to justify their views, especially politically.
I could give
Like,
you. I try to think of the best counter arguments against certain positions. When
Yeah.
you're saying that God is pro incest, what verse are you appealing towards?
well, we're looking at the two instances, of course, Adam and Eve and the population of Earth, and then, of course, the flooding and then the repopulation of Earth with Noah and his bloodline.
So I actually think that there's a pretty decent counter argument against incest true of Adam and Eve, because it does speak in Genesis 1 about how like one of the sons of Adam and Eve went and like found other humans in other like tribes and other places elsewhere on the earth.
Yes.
And I think just because like the Bible doesn't talk about something doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Like for instance, the Bible doesn't talk about MacBooks, doesn't mean that MacBooks aren't real. And maybe your response to that is, oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
MacBooks
that's
didn't
true.
exist at
Nice
the
and
time the
smart.
Bible was
Stop
written.
it, Brock. This isn't your
And maybe
part.
your counter
Go ahead,
argument is,
Dean.
oh, well, MacBooks didn't exist at the time it was written. Well, I mean, the Bible also didn't talk about everybody alive at the time that the Bible was written. Does that mean that the only people who were alive at the time of the Old Testament were the people who the Old Testament talked about? Like, no. So what I'd argue there is it's like quite possible that one could argue in accordance with, this theology that God created the first two humans, Adam and Eve, right, out of the dirt and clay. But then he turned around and also created like a bunch of other humans as well out of dirt and clay that just like aren't mentioned, that then formed those other tribes that then the children of Adam and Eve went and mated with. So I'd argue that's like a decent counter argument against incest in Genesis. But you can't really deny incest as it would relate to Noah's Ark, because they brought Noah, his wife, and then their three sons, and then their three sons' daughter. There is going to have to be relations either between siblings, parents, or first cousins. That would be incest there. And like the only argument I could think of is like under like extreme exigent scenarios, God permits incest, but then automatically no longer permits it once it was no longer necessary for the flourishment of humanity. But even that one's like still not like an appealing position to hold to.
The only the only counter argument that I have for your first point is if they're willing to say that, then you have to open up yourself to the possibility of other things that are not in the Bible being a reality. And we know most people who actually uphold to religion uphold to the text, and they're on the whole not a tit nor tittle type of situation. So if you're opening up to additional interpretation, saying there are things that are occurring that was not listed in the Bible, then you have to expand it. And also you have to say like, well, how do you actually use it as justification if it's not specific?
Well, I mean, I feel like from my perspective, like if I were Christian, I feel like it'd almost be like obvious that things were happening in reality that weren't written in the Bible, because not everybody that was alive at that time, right, was written about in the Bible. Yet they were doing things, right? Like I'm pretty sure that, like God probably, if God exists, if Christianity was true, this would imply that the Christian God was like answering the prayers of like individuals that weren't written about in the Bible. And then him answering their prayers weren't written about in the Bible. So like, I actually think that if a Christian were to argue that the only things in which occurred were written in the Bible, that view would be like incredibly unintuitive and like obviously false on its face value. That's like the best counter argument that I could think of. I don't know. I'm like, when it comes to Christianity, I'm always thinking about the best arguments for it and the best arguments against it, and constantly having that dialogue in my head.
The one thing that I've ran into is like the ones that justify like things not being because it's not in the Bible, specifically dinosaurs. You know, there's Christians say dinosaurs never exist because they're not mentioned in the Bible. So again, you have to have, there's a symmetry breaker there. Either we are going to accept things that are not listed in the Bible or we are.
Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't be able to, so if you were to argue the argument that I just gave, you couldn't like turn around and argue that dinosaurs didn't exist because they're not talked about in the Bible.
So then if they exist, then how did Noah get them onto the ship? And then why are they no longer around?
What, did they like go extinct before humans existed?
Well, but no, so if, I guess, but then you'd have to use science as justification to say like, you know, the comet hit and blah, 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 blah.
Well,
right, because if you believe in dinosaurs,
under the Christian view, science would just be the exploration of the natural world created by God. So science would actually just, under the Christian worldview, of course, right, be an observance and obedience with God, because you want to explore His own creation.
I don't know. I would need to see the timeline, because even the conversation I had, because, you know, I've had this debate and Christians have told me that, yes, dinosaurs exist. Yes, Noah had them on the ark and they actually just went extinct after the Great Flood.
Yeah, that's a false position. That's a false position. I'd argue like there'd be some Christian dinosaurs existed before the fall of man, before the creation of man. Evolution is true. You know, I mean, there's a lot of Christians that hold on to like a blend of like science and gospel. And I think that they do the best at trying to make sense of the books. And I appreciate them for that. But there's like even more people that don't, like Brock. Were dinosaurs real?
Jeez Louise, I mean, holy fuck, what is this show going on? We got two liberals up here
we
debating.
went way over Brock's head.
I mean, seriously, what the fuck
way
is
over
happening?
his head. He has no idea what we're talking about.
Buddy, I know I've been following along, but it's like I'm sitting here listening to two fucking doofuses talk about nothing. And what you guys
Talk
are
about
talking
nothing?
about means...
You just said that God is nothing? You Satanist heretic. Burned at the stake at once.
It's hilarious.
You're going to be burned at the stake at once.
You make me laugh, child. You make me laugh. You quite literally know the definition of nothing. But yeah, I think dinosaurs might have existed. I think that they didn't look like what they did, though. I think they were a lot smaller. I think they had feathers. I think they looked more like just bigger chickens. So
dinosaurs were just smaller, bigger chickens with feathers. Okay, yeah, you're insane.
Yeah,
Brock.
well, think about it, right? Aren't they like kind of?
Think about it. You've already lost. You don't think?
Dude, you're not funny.
Yes, I am.
Listen, I try to talk to your buddy Matt there about religion a little bit, and he does know some stuff about the Bible, it seems. So I wanted to talk to him more about that. Maybe we were going to chat privately about it, because I don't really want to talk too much about religion in front of a whole bunch of people anymore. I think it's more of a private issue that I'm dealing with right now. So I was going to talk to
because you
him.
realize you don't know anything about the Bible book?
Oh, it's just, you know, people question things sometimes, and sometimes you need someone to talk to when you're questioning things. So
Wait. Did you also say that dinosaurs were primates?
He said they had
Nope.
feathers.
I
Wait, did you
said that
say primates?
I said the dinosaurs were just smaller kind of creature type of things that we don't really know, because obviously we weren't alive at the time. Even though it's
Wait.
interesting
You're arguing
because
that you can't
maybe
know it
we
because you
were.
weren't alive at the time? Were you alive during
Well, I
Jesus'
wasn't,
resurrection?
but some of our ancestors were possibly alive at the time.
But
How
you just
come
said
the
that
Mayans?
Wait. You just said that we couldn't know about them because we weren't alive at the time. So were you alive during
Yeah, we
Jesus'
weren't.
resurrection?
Listen, man, I'm not trying to talk about Jesus and stuff right now. I'm really not trying to talk about the Bible.
You're not
This
trying
is
to talk about the
something
Lord thy
much.
God? You don't want to spread the good
This
word?
is
Get more people into the
this is
pearly
something
gates?
much serious, seriouser
Wait,
than
Brock.
you could ever imagine.
Isn't like one of the main responsibilities of being a Christian is actually to spread the gospel, right, and to bring people closer to Christ? Like, isn't that something that's called upon you by, you know, God?
Dude, I swear to God, dude.
Listen, man.
What's going on? Okay, now all of a sudden, Creed's Phil's in the queue. Isabella's in the queue. No, we need to break
Listen,
that up.
I'm telling.
You're
Yeah,
not doing
don't let these little people in here, man. I got these fans following me around. Isabella just keeps following me around everywhere. Isabella,
You don't have fans, but
You're the one that
Isabella, I want nothing to do with you, Isabella. You can leave the stream now. Bye, bye, Isabella.
You're the one that DM'd her like yesterday, asking if she still wanted to debate.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Okay.
Tell her to show proof.
Okay. So
Tell her to show proof.
she did.
Listen, I got these people following me
Listen. We're not doing
around.
this again.
They're
Okay.
begging for my attention.
This isn't a fucking soap opera. This is a debate stream. So you're either going to debate us or I'm going to
Yeah,
move
so
on.
I mean, I've been trying to have a debate, but you guys just started talking to each other for about 10 minutes, talking about your feelings and what you want for Christmas and all this bullshit that no one cares about. I mean,
Just
it's
because you
ridiculous.
don't understand it doesn't mean it was bullshit, bud.
Listen, let's not have a theological debate right now. Do you want to talk about the good things that Trump has actually done for our country, or
Sure. Name it.
Let me pull my notes.
Brandy, thank you for the $1. It was kind of crazy earlier. I really, really appreciate all of you that were able to chip in with that mutual aid. You guys are fucking awesome. Also,
Can I get a
Vivian,
buddy
thank
up
you so
here?
much
Can I
for
get a
the
buddy up
20.
here since
Happy
we're
New
still
Year
here?
to you as well. Thank you.
You have friends?
He needs a thunder buddy, Dean.
Get Gage up here.
I haven't
shoot a message from.
I haven't really talked to Gage in forever, so I'd you know what, for the one time I'd let Gage up. I haven't talked to both of you in a while. But we only have like a couple minutes, by the way. This is like the end of
Hey,
the
that's
stream.
fine, buddy. That's fine. It's a couple minutes that maybe help bring you a little bit closer to the light. I mean, you know, we have good conversations. I've had good conversations with you before, man. I just think that you're kind of like a rock. You don't really.
Do you think that any like Trump supporters are violent?
Do I think any Trump supporters are violent?
Yeah. Do you think
Of course. I mean, there's violent people in everywhere, man.
Would you condemn them?
Who the hell is this? This is not Gage, dude.
Oh, so this is actually somebody that I think that we should all take note of their account name, and probably screen record them.
Young boy Cade?
No, listen, Dean.
Do you still
Dean,
do you
no,
still
Dean,
stand
I
by
know
the
you love
position?
me, dude.
Do you still stand by the position that you hope Harris gets executed?
When did I say that? I know I did say it. Yeah.
You still stand by it?
Who the hell is young boy
Just
Cade?
one moment. Okay, do you,
You
still
should
stand
check
by
out
it?
my music,
Gage,
dude.
dude.
It's fire as shit.
Do you still stand
No
by
one
that?
wants to listen to your music,
No,
jackass.
Brock. Come
Who
on.
the fuck are you to speak?
No, what Brock have at him?
I got nothing to say to this guy. This guy's clearly trying to make a mock account of Gage. I mean, you're a Gage fan, buddy.
You done?
Young boy Cade.
Brock.
You're trying to make your account look like Gage. You're kind of trying to make your account look like Gage, dude. You're a joke. Seriously, pick yourself up by your fucking bootstraps and go
You
get a
shut
real
the
job.
fuck up, you stupid fucking big-headed retard.
Oh,
Whoa.
there's the slur.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, the reason why I brought him up
You
here
can't-
is because
you
I
can't
just
say
wanted
those
I just-
words on
I just-
here, right?
I just wanted him to affirm, right, that is something that he said earlier. So I don't know. I feel like is that like illegal to like make it's like threats against
yeah,
politicians?
I don't think you can say slurs on that. That's illegal.
No, we were referring to him. Listen, anything. Your heart's in the right place, but
He's not tracking.
your heart's in the right place, Brock. But you know, we're just talking about something else. Just one moment. Jennifer, thank you so much for the $25 over on PayPal. I appreciate you for that love. Let's get 250 Jennifer W's down below in that comment section who says thank you for what you do. When I hear them in, I kept one sentence to myself, Jennifer. When I hear them in on your live trying to talk around essay, it drives me nuts. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you for the $25, Jennifer. Please show some love to Jennifer down below in that chat. As well as Alyssa, thank you for the 1. Jesse, thank you so much for the 5. John with the 1. Then Ava, oh my God, thank you for the $75 over on Venmo. Thank you so much, Ava. Ava with the $75 says thanks again, Dean and Santana, for everything that you do. We all appreciate it more than anything. Ava, thank you so fucking much for the $75. That is completely ridiculous. If everybody watching right now could please show some love to Ava for this 75 big ones right now, it would absolutely mean the world. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ava. Huge W to Ava down below, as well as Emily. Thank you for the $10 who says, shut up, Brock. Dead ass, Emily. And then Rebecca, thank you for the 5. Tom, thank you for the 5. Then Juliana, thank you for the $10 for quote unquote being fucking amazing. Thank you so much, Juliana. And it looks like we are all caught up, quite frankly. If you want to support me before we end this stream, which is going to be shortly, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, and the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on that YouTube stream, as well as the handles on the top of the phone screen. You know what? We only have a couple minutes till we end. We're also going to go to let Phil up. Hi, Phil. Oh, God.
I thought you were letting my buddy up. I thought you were letting my buddy up.
Wait. I clarified this earlier.
Clarified what?
No, his name, or yesterday. I clarified your name. Okay, so it's not Phil,
Yes.
right? It's
Yes, not Phil.
Not Phil.
Yes.
His name is Phil.
Yes, my name's Phil.
Yes.
Dude, I'm here
And
to
also,
say
Creed, thank you so much for the $2
I didn't
donation.
send you no money, bro.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you, and I would believe in science as well. W's in chat for Creed.
Wait. I have a question.
Anyway,
Phil, I have a question. Don't two negatives make
Dude,
a positive?
my name's not Phil.
They do.
Wait,
They do.
don't two negatives make a positive?
They absolutely do, Dean.
They don't dive, dude. No.
Yes, they do.
Anyway, by the
So
way,
if your name's
no, I'm coming up here to say somebody made a song about We Are Phil, and I'm sick and tired of it, dude. They're trying to make it like Charlie Kirk. It's not funny at all.
We are not Phil.
Dude, they made We Are Phil, and by the way, Dean, your buddy Parker didn't get nowhere near 10 million likes.
Still trending.
Stantana, you said that you were gonna help send it out to people to get. It's got like 10,000, buddy. You guys don't got enough fans for that. Nobody likes you guys that much.
People love us, Phil. No one likes you.
Everybody likes me. And my name's not Phil.
Not Phil. Your name's
Anyway,
not Phil Creed.
yeah, I'm just saying because I can't reach out to the person who made that song. Whoever made that song, I will be taking legal action. I know you're in here and I know you're seeing this.
Hey, Phil, if you leave this live on the countdown of 10, you accept that your name is Phil. 10.
My name's not Phil. No, because you're gonna kick me, you piece of crap. You're gonna kick
7,
me. I'm not doing this
6,
manually. No, he's gonna
5,
kick me.
4,
Stop it now. No,
3,
stop. You're gonna kick me. No,
2.
don't stop now. No, because they're gonna think I'm believing it. No, it's not me leaving. It's Dean. It's Dean. It's not me.
He's oh
Did
my
he just
god, he
leave?
left.
Did he just leave?
He just
Holy
left.
shit. You know what that means?
You know his name. Oh my god, he just
know what that
accepted
means?
that his name is Phil.
He did.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is a monumental day in the great history of this country. Oh, and now if he comes back, he's only reaffirming for a second time.
Dude, I did not leave you. Bob.
Hey, you just left and you just came back. Oh my
No,
God.
I didn't leave, buddy.
Wait. Did
I
you
did
come
not
back?
leave.
Did you come back?
Yes.
Wait, but I said if you come back, like you're just reaffirming for a second time. That your
You
name's
did
Phil?
not say that.
Yes,
You did
I
not
just
say
I
that.
just did that. Okay, if you leave again, you're definitely Phil.
No, dude, you're gonna.
Okay, sorry, I'm done.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Okay, this is such like elementary humor. I'm sorry. We're here for debates. What am I doing? I guess it's just. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, a couple people here. What the fuck?
Jeez
Soul,
Louise, buddy. Holy, what are we doing?
thank you so much for the $100 over on Venmo. Who says, this is Fried Me. Love you, my man. Soul, I hope that you're doing well, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much for the $100 over on Venmo. And Scott, thank you so much for the $300 over on PayPal. What the fuck? Holy shit. Soul and Scott, y'all are crazy. Scott with the $300 says, since I swept the college football playoffs, I want to say thank you, Parker and Santana, for educating Gen Z and beyond. Just like in the movie Idiocracy, quote unquote, Brondo, there we go, can't replace water in growing plants even though Brondo has electrolytes. We are living, look at, sorry, we're looking at Brock, you're hilarious. We're living in the real life Idiocracy, Scott. Thank you so much for the $300, my friend. That is absolutely outrageous. I do not deserve that. And Soul with the $100 as well. Seriously, you guys, holy shit. Thank you for the love. As well as Megan with the $10 who says, thanks for raging the Trump supporters. Oh, we love to piss them off. Melanie, thank you for the $10 who says, thank you, Dean, for always educating and spreading awareness. Much appreciated. Shout out to you. And then Caitlin, thank you for the $10 as well. He says, Happy New Year. Shout out to you guys. Thank you all so very much. Now, Brock, why did you just put a screen up that said, fuck you in all caps, underlined?
Did he?
With an exclamation mark.
I didn't see that. Oh.
Wow, that's actually pretty quick. How did you... What's going on, Brock? Are you feeling, like, emotional?
I'm just drawing.
He has big feelings.
It honestly
It's just hilarious. I came up here to debate you, and now you're making fun of me. You're bullying me. You're bringing other people up to laugh at me. It's just hilarious, dude. This is just, it gives off, it's who you are as a person. It's
Holy
hilarious.
shit, you are a professional victim, bro. I feel like I've been barely addressing you while you've been up here. Like, what are you whining
How
about?
am I a professional victim? You guys like to make fun of me and pick jokes at me and poke the bear. You like to poke the bear. You poke the bear. See what happens if you poke the bear a little bit too much, big guy.
What happens? Are you gonna run through another wall?
You're gonna fucking piss me off real
Are you
quick.
gonna run through another wall,
I
Brock?
promise you don't want to see me pissed off.
Are you gonna?
You're lucky you get to
Oh,
hide behind that little screen.
What happens
face.
when you get pissed off? You're just gonna show us your lips again?
No, but you
Are
want to think
gonna-
about that? You
are
want to keep thinking about that?
Are you gonna threaten?
He's gonna need
Are you
lip
gonna?
bill, or
are-
Isabella needs to pay $500 for lip bill, or Isabella.
You get him mad enough, he's gonna show you a furrowed brow.
Okay, Brock. Okay, listen. I guess this is just a unique one. No, you cannot insult a woman by talking about how big your lips are compared to how small you think their lips are. Like, can we just go without that?
She's the one who wants to joke at me about it. I brought up my lips. She starts making fun of my lips when she's the one who has to. All she does is post videos of her lips, and she's jealous because she admitted that mine are bigger than hers. She knows that. She knows I have way bigger and better lips than hers, and she had to pay for them. My lips are natural.
Brock,
This is a joke. You guys are jokes. You guys are serious jokes.
Brock, you taking shots at the physical appearance of a woman screams insecurities.
I never did that.
You just did. It
Just
screams insecurities.
But like,
how?
But like, just like taking shots at a woman by like talking about.
Okay,
how
real quick.
big
Everyone go to
your-
Isabella's account and then look at this.
No, we're not. Oh, it's your lips. Put your fucking lips away, dude.
What is he doing? Did you draw your mustache on?
Put them. What the fuck?
It looked
I'm
like he
still
drew his
growing,
mustache
Santana.
on.
I'm still a child. I'm still going through hormones and stuff. So I'm still trying to grow my full
How old
beard
are you,
out.
bub?
I'm 22, but I
Holy
was a late
fuck.
bloomer.
Okay.
So does that what are you gonna try to make fun of my appearance now?
No, I'm just
Or,
saying it
what's
looks
going on?
like you might need to wipe the dirt off your top lip.
So what's going on? Are you
Also,
gonna make
bro,
fun of my appearance now?
Also,
or-
just by the way, bro, you're arching. You're arching. You're pushing.
I'm arching what?
You're like your lips. You're going like.
I don't arch.
Yes, that's what you're doing. You're
Was he
arching.
doing the duck face?
Yeah,
Dean, did he
yeah.
just
No, I
do the
wasn't.
duck face?
Yeah. By the way, I just completely exposed how small my lips are. But yes, you're pushing. You're pushing, Brock. You're arching.
He's
No, I
doing the
wasn't.
duck face.
You're arching, Brock.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you are.
Do you want to have a real debate? First off, seriously, look at this.
Would you ever consider like wearing lipstick to make your lips look larger? Brock?
Santana, do you know what hunter eyes are?
Shut up, Brock. Would you ever consider wearing lipstick to make your lips look larger?
I've worn lipstick before for musicals.
You were in musicals?
I've been
Which
in a
musical?
musical and I've been in plays multiple times throughout my childhood. I was
which
a lead
one?
singer
You're
multiple.
wait, you
There's
said
there's
lead
small
singer?
ones. Look, I was a lead singer in two
Sing-
different musicals.
Sing us a
yes.
song.
No, I'm good. Listen, what happened was I was a child, so I could
Have
do
you
that,
ever
and I
done
hit
Sound of
puberty,
Music?
and I can't sing anymore. Now I'm an athlete, and I just fuck people up for a living. So,
Have you ever done the Sound of Music?
no, I have not.
I want you to sing us a song. I want you to try your best.
Maybe one day I will. Maybe I'll start a GoFundMe on my page, and if we hit a certain amount of money on the GoFundMe, I'll come up and sing a little Christmas carol
How
for
much?
you.
How much do people have to donate to me for you to sing?
I would say within the next 24 hours, $1 million.
$1 million. How about we put a realistic number on it? We give him 10
No,
minutes, Brock.
I was joking. That was a joke.
I'm not. I want to hear him sing. 10 minutes. What do you say, Brock?
No, I don't know. That seems. I don't know.
I don't think he can sing anyway. Creed, thank you for the 1. Ava, thank you so much for the 25. I'm glad you found me. And Alicia, I just FYI, Dean. Alicia, thank you for the 1. And she said that she wanted to thank you, me, and Parker because we gave her the courage to talk to her dad about no longer supporting Trump, and he no longer supports Trump.
That's awesome.
Turning people away from the light.
Hey, Brock, any last words?
No, man, we could, just whatever. Bring me up here. You guys had a debate for 10 minutes. You want to dodge all my questions, dodge and leave it.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
go ahead,
What
man. Just like-
fucking
No, no,
questions?
hey, it's okay, buddy. You
What's
can
the
calm down.
question,
You're good.
bud?
Hey, buddy, both of you guys, you can calm down. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's getting late. It's past your bedtime almost. It's okay.
What
Calm down.
questions? What questions?
Well, I asked you a whole bunch of debate questions, and you ended up just wanting to talk to each other and then bring up Isabella and make fun of me and bring up that other little Creed guy and make fun of me, and that's okay. We can do that. That's cool.
I'm
But
making fun of you.
if I debate, yeah, I know you are. It's fine. You can do that. I'm building thicker and thicker skin from this, so I don't really give a shit anymore.
Did you build thicker and thicker skin by like literally running through a wall 3 times?
Did you run
Yeah,
through a wall?
I have
Yes.
a screen. I have a screenshot.
You ran
of me
through a
jumping.
wall?
You want to see it? I'll
Yes.
show you it.
Yes, I actually do want to see it. Yes.
Why
While
did
you're-
you run through a
Ew,
wall?
I don't know how to do that because
Because
it's
he's-
on my camera and my video
But
on my phone.
you turn on your fucking camera. You know how to do that. Then you go to effects. You go to green screen, and then you green screen the particular video or picture.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Why would I not be able to hear you, Brock?
Okay, but if I do it, will everyone see my camera roll if I open it up?
No, you select what thing you want from
How
your
do I do that
camera.
right now?
I just told you. You go to the effects, you go to green screen, you hit the green screen feature, and it'll then give you an option to select something from your video.
2025 life review. Wait, effects, green screen? Dude, this is insanely ridiculous. This is too hard. I mean, I don't know.
14-year-olds know how to do it, Brock. You could figure it out.
Yeah, well, sorry,
Ricardo,
I'm not a
thank you
little-
so much for the $50 over on YouTube Super Chat. Who says we are all here for Phil. You're a sidekick, Dean Lamau.
Oh, green screen.
Wait, Ricardo donated $50 to try to shit on me?
What?
Okay. W. Ricardo, thank you for the $50. I wish my haters would do that more often. Hey, Sean, thank you so much for the $75 over on Venmo. Holy crap, Sean. Sean with the $75 says, thank you for all that you do, Dean. Fucking love you, man. Dude, I fucking love you too, Sean. By the way, cool name. If only one letter of your name changed, all of a sudden it'd be so much cooler. I'm just kidding. Thank you for the $75, my friend. Show some love to, what are you showing?
That's like the aftermath of me jumping through the... I don't know how to...
Wait, chat, for the YouTube, I'm sorry that you couldn't see it. He put it up and then took it down real quick. He legitimately just showed a picture of him jumping through a wall.
I mean, that was the aftermath.
Thank
I
you.
have a video. It's a
Thank you
screenshot
for
of
the
a video, but-
$75, Sean, as well as Alexis. Thank you for the $15, who says, love what you do, but you did make me lose a game on Christmas for having the most screen time watching everyone's live recently. Dude, you should look at my screen time. I'd lose that game for sure. Thank you for the $15, Alexis. Thank you. All right, guys. Hey, Brock.
Yo.
Dude.
What just happened? What did I miss?
Nothing.
I feel like it's a good thing I missed it. I feel like it's a good thing I missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, making AI music.
How you doing, Dean?
You still support Trump, little bro?
At times.
Wait, I forget. Were you like a crazy old man or like a not crazy old man?
Not crazy old man.
Not crazy old man. Well, welcome back. Well, I gotta hop off here super duper soon, but if you want to maybe give one reason why you support Trump, I'll hear you out real quick.
I don't support his personality and his ways, but I support his way of thinking when it comes to politics because he's not a politician.
He's by definition a politician. You know what? Making AI music, come back tomorrow. I'm sorry. I did promise my girlfriend that I'd be off around 10 p.m. And it's
Okay,
not 10:15.
one quick question. One quick question. Are you and I Harry friends again?
I mean, no, we're not really friends. We don't really talk.
How about Parker?
You mean
Are
Parker?
they friends?
I don't.
No, Parker in here.
No, I don't think that Parker really talks to Harry either.
How come?
Why? Like what? What's?
Why are you so interested in our interpersonal relationships?
Well, because you three had such a good connection, and then it seemed to disappeared overnight.
Yeah, white boys for Harris, just fell apart, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
All right, I'll come back tomorrow, bud.
Yeah, you do that. Hey, Santana, I appreciate you for coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me, bro.
Yeah, you take care.
Have a good night.
You take care. For everyone watching from home, unfortunately, I do have to end my stream. Got to go spend some time with my girlfriend. I haven't seen her all day. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace and love. Good night. And as always, goodbye.